Streams of tires, dirt that scowls. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Fried Racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Every lap a rebel's dream. Gasoline, hearts and the scream. Dave and Dean crown the track. Each corner fight, ain't turning back. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Fried Racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace, burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried Racing breed. Southern Fried Racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace, burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried Racing breed.
All right, here we are in a special edition of the Southern Fried Racing Hour, SFP Racing Hour, and the Southern Patriots podcast. We've got three of us in the studio tonight, not counting our guests. It'll be four. We got Chaser Potts here beside me, even though he's on a different camera, and Marina's in the house guarding the door. So we have Army and we have Marine in with us tonight.
Yes,
we appreciate our guest.
Thank you,
Jim Droskinis, and I know I'm butchering that. I'm trying. I think it's this Georgia twang. I'm a Tennessee twang, and that probably throws me off, Jim.
No, Droskinis. It used to be Odroskinis, but I'm not Irish anymore after St. Patty's Day.
Okay. I hear you. We thank you so much for being on the program. Enjoyed talking with you already before we went on the air. And for all those that are coming in, this is our Dirt Report, and we interview drivers or track members or whoever they are to bring attention to all levels of racing, especially for us right now, the dirt track. And so, Jim, thank you for being here, and we appreciate your service, as we said before.
Yes.
Retired Lieutenant Colonel Army, and God bless you. And so I think of all the things I'd love to ask you just on that area, but this is not the focus tonight. So, I love military. We all do.
Oh, yeah.
Here at the podcast. So, Jim, I know you're from Peachtree City or in Peachtree City. I don't know if you're from there, but give us a little bio about Jim, and we'll get into the racing and talk about how you got into that.
All right, Dave, and thank you both. Thank you, Dean, too. I've been here in Georgia 33 years. I lived near Peachtree City. I'm in a little town called Noonan now. The racetrack we drive at is Sonoya, but down here we pronounce it Sonoy, but it's spelled Sonoya. I'm a recovering Yankee. I've been here 33 years. Speaking of the Army, that's what brought me down here to Fort McPherson, which is now a movie studio, but that's where I served for my last 6 or so years. But how I got into racing was I waited till I was retired. I was 65 years old when I took my grandson to Sonoy racetrack, and we got pelted by all this dirt clay and stuff on the backstretch. We didn't know that the pros come with goggles on, ear protection. We didn't know. So my grandson, who's in the Navy now, speaking of which, he's on the USS Eisenhower. He says to me, Pop, you can do that. I said, I don't know. And next thing you know, a year later, I'm out there as the world's oldest rookie in rookie class in dirt track racing.
How about that? How amazing is that?
Yeah.
And you got grandkids. They're really good about twisting your arm, and they don't have to do it too hard. And I'm glad you gave us the correction on the name, because I would have said it Sonoya. I've always said that.
I would say.
So I did not know. See, you got to be a local. You got to be a local to know this
That's
stuff.
right.
He's protecting us, making us from looking real dumb when we go down there. So how did you get your? What level did you start at in the racing? What type of car did you start with?
I started with a late model 602 car, which is, there's about 5 or 6 classes, everything from bombers to, what's the other one? Supers and limited, the big boys. But in 602s, which is Charger, the Charger is the rookie class. They're all Chevy 350s with a 4-barrel. They're sealed motors, so we can't mess with them. So essentially, that's the equalizer. So that's where I started out and kind of where I ended up as well. But
and you sent me a couple of pictures. We'll still be able to hear, or the people will. I'm gonna pop these pictures up over us, and this I assume is your current car that you have.
that was my last car. My last race was November last year.
Okay, got you. And I like that you have VFW post on there. So
Yeah.
Well, they sponsored me, which means they paid for the wrap. And I'm the treasurer. We call it the quartermaster of the Peachtree City VFW. And we supported the track, and they had a Veterans Day out there. The track supported us. So, kudos to all the folks around here who support the military too.
absolutely, amen. How did you get the number there? How did that 9949? How did that come to be?
No. Everyone says that, Dave. That's my 4th number. Every post has a number, kind of like a radio station or podcast.
I see it now. Yeah, it's on the VFW. Yeah.
Right. The post is 9949, but you can really it's best to go by 2 numbers. So on my roof, I just used 49. So 49 was my official number on the scoreboard.
I got you. So
I was number 2. I'm sorry, I stepped on you, Dave.
No, you're good. I was just gonna. You had 4 numbers, so you kind of started out with some different ones, and then ended up with 9949.
Right. Well, I was number 2, and my calling card used to be $2 bills. I'd hand them out. Here's my number, and then somebody like Dean would say, "Well, why are you number 2?" And I'd say, "That's because you're number 1."
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And then you
and
went from 2. What was the next number?
My next number was 22, and that's Baxter Trucking got me involved. My buddy Junior Baxter sold me a car with 22 on it, and next thing you know, I ended up back to number 2 again in a car we bought, and I got sponsored by a spa company in Peachtree City. So I was the number 2 again. Now that car died in Alabama. That was not a good day. That was my number 2 white car, which I met turn 4. So I went from 65 miles or so in 3-4. When I met the wall in turn 4, I went to 0 and rolled over. So
Wow. I'm
that
glad
was-
you're not hurt a little bit.
well, you know what? Interesting. Just what the cars do their job. These things, people worry about driving, and they say, be safe and don't get hurt out there. Been involved in a bunch of wrecks, and these cars are pretty safe. A lot of times you get purple marks from where the straps will hold you in, or if you're not careful, your finger gets stuck. But no, I was fine. I was actually fine. The car was not, but that's how the number 2 died. And then I ended up with the number 71, and I happened to be 71 years old, but it wasn't my number because of my age. It was the fellow I bought it from had number 71 on the car, so I inherited that number.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. And that, I think, like I said, a lot of these cars are wrapped, and a lot of people say, well, you racers aren't wrapped too tight. Well, we can prove we're wrapped pretty tight around because it looks like a paint.
I like
that.
Yep. But so that's how I was the 71. And then the mentor and the guru around here who's the operations director at Sonoy Racetrack is Mr. Clint Smith. And Clint is number 44. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Dirt Car Racing Hall of Fame. He built me a car from scratch, and that's the one you're looking at.
Wow.
that's the what became the 9949 car, but we're talking brand new, brand new body, brand new motor, transmission. We're talking around $30,000 new.
Ooh, amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not cheap.
No, it ain't.
No, this is not a
Yeah.
poor man's hobby.
No.
Not at all.
When you got your first car, did you buy that or get it off somebody, or did you build one yourself, or that first
No,
car that
no.
you had?
I got it from a lot of these guys will network. The whole racing community communicates with each other on Facebook. I got it on Marketplace for less than $10,000. I got the car and the trailer, and it wasn't a great car, but it was enough to keep me in the game and be a little bit competitive. Top 5, top 10s kind of
Awesome.
thing,
Yeah.
but never won a race.
Never won a race. Well, you were
No.
out there.
Right.
What was your top position that you finished?
This past year when I was 72, I just hit 73. I took the pole one time at Sonoy, and I finished second.
Oh, so
I did-
close.
Yeah, I didn't even see the guy come flying by me late in the race, and then I figured I could either go balls to the wall and try to finish, get my first win, or I could chill out and be happy with number 2 and not try to kill us both. So I chose hey, that ties in with my number 2. Too bad I wasn't number 2 at the time.
I hear you.
Yes,
What
sir.
was your first race like? You get the bug, you get in. I'm sure you've run some practice laps. What was that like getting in the first race? And was that at Sonoy? Was
Yes.
you there? And how many cars, if you remember, on the track? What did that feel like when you got ready to really kick off that first
Well,
race?
The pucker factor is definitely there. Here I've been in 3 combat zones, so you think I'd be able to handle this kind of thing, but for one thing, it's intimidating. Do you fellas know that the clutch is backwards on a race car?
No,
I did not know
I
that.
didn't know that.
When on a regular car, your clutch is engaged when it's fully out.
Yeah.
When you're driving around in first gear, you're pressing as you press down on the clutch, it engages. So to be fully engaged, your foot is to the floor. So to answer your question, I could feel my knees shaking as I'm pressing on the clutch in first gear.
Wow.
And then-
I've never raced. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
I've never had anybody tell me that.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah, well,
So your knees
race cars-
shaking and you're trying to get this thing engaged.
right. And then you only shift once with these late models. You got low gear and you got a high gear. That's it. It's not like on NASCAR where you're shifting 4 times. You also have a reverse, and that comes in handy when you're trying to back out of an accident or something. But yeah, so that first time, it is intimidating, and it's one thing. You said it well when you said about practice laps. It's one thing to be a great practice driver, but it's another thing to be driving at speeds up to 100 miles an hour on a little dirt track. When you've got a car to your right, a car to your left, and there's no rear view mirrors. That's another thing that sticks. You fellas knew that, right?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
No
Yeah, I
rear
knew
view.
that part. I knew.
I didn't know that.
They talk
Yeah.
about that all the time. You can't see those blind spots.
Right.
No, well, I have a theory. It's to keep it interesting for the fans. That if you had rear view mirrors, there'd be less accidents.
Oh yeah, okay. I got your point.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't block if I don't know it's there. I mean,
That's right. That's right.
Tell us about the rest of your sponsors.
Yeah,
About my sponsors?
yeah. Who did you have besides I think you mentioned a couple or 3. Was there any more that sponsored you?
No, that was it. It's a lot of guys who really get up there in the higher class, like the limited and the super. They end up, getting somebody to put so much on their hood or on the roof or on their side. In my case, I had the whole car sponsored. The first sponsor I got was Ratna, RATNA, Ratna Spa. And that was, when I say sponsor, a lot of times sponsors will pay for your tires, pay for your gas, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
for the name recognition. Or a lot of times in my case, they just paid for the wrap on the car with their name on it. So that was, that was the car that I wrecked at Penton Speedway, owned by Jamie Godby, who was the champion one year, and he bought the track in Penton Alabama, and he races. He's the number 97, and Jamie is another friend of mine who's taught me more than I care to admit. But
Yeah, I'm waiting on them. They're fixing to do their wrap. We have a driver up here, a female, and our logo is going to be on the wrap.
Yeah.
So that's helping to sponsor that way, and that's something she was our very first guest,
Right.
and so we decided, you know what, she's local. I work with her dad, and so I talked to him the other day. He said, yeah, I can get that done in a day, and I'm just waiting for them. So we're going to be on the car, and they do T-shirts, so it'll put the logo on the T-shirt. And for us, it was just getting our name out there a little bit and helping a driver.
No, congratulations. That's very cool. That's nice of you. And we have a couple female drivers here. I'll tell you one story. There's a junkyard, an auto parts, a used. Can we say junkyard?
Sure.
Why not? Why not?
in Noonan called Gentry's, Gentrys. Well, Oliver Gentry has a daughter. And his daughter and I met at turn 2 at Sonoya. That was my first wreck. We now I must say she's gone on to win more than a few races, and she's moved up a couple of classes. So, and Oliver's a famous race car driver too. Gentry, he drives in the higher classes, which is the supers, limited and super. They have the big engines, the 600 horsepower, the biggies. Like I said, the ones we race at late model 602s only have 350 horsepower.
Gotcha. Yeah, imagine who wrecked you. I don't know, some guy, some older guy. I don't know. He wrecked you out.
Yeah, well, that's another story about who wrecked who, right? You talk to two different racers, and you're going to get, she wrecked me.
The other side of the same was, they took me out. The other side said, well, they took me out.
Uh-huh.
They can't even agree on this in the NASCAR. I mean, it's always somebody else's fault.
Right.
And they hate it when they have to say, well, I guess I got down a little bit, but still they always have an exclaimer there.
Yeah,
sure.
That's right.
Now, another interesting thing that hit me, you asked about my rookie year. I often wondered, I mean, of course, there's no insurance when somebody hits somebody out on the racetrack, but it's the only sport where you could wreck somebody and it's like, all right, sorry, or you don't even say sorry.
That's true.
That's true.
You end up paying for your car. They end up paying for their car. So, that's just one of my things that it kind of struck me as like, oh my God, I guess it's a naive way to look at it, but I often thought that if you wreck somebody, you pay for their car. Well, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, we had, and earlier you were talking about buying a car off the marketplace, and I just saw, Dean, we had Terry Calhoun on here just a week or so ago.
Right.
And matter of fact, he put out there a transmission had been rebuilt, told who rebuilt it, and said it's only been used twice, and he was asking some money for it. So yeah, you do see that where people are, he's down in Toccoa, right? Wasn't he Toccoa?
Yes,
yeah, Toccoa, Georgia.
Toccoa, yes.
And so you do see that where people can buy those things, and
that's right.
I need a part, let me go get it. So
sure.
Did you wear the Hans device when you were racing? Did you have that?
I did not.
Okay.
A lot of guys do in the higher classes. They'll wear that, but it's not mandatory. The only thing mandatory is straps and a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew it wasn't mandatory. And so,
I did not. I just found it. I just found it intimidating in terms of looking right, looking left. As far as just too close. Well, that's another thing. A lot of people don't realize what a small capsule that is, and I'm a little bit claustrophobic. So, little story for you. Those under-counter lights you can buy on Amazon that you touch?
Yeah.
Okay. I always put those in my race car, called it my dome light. And of course, the other guys made fun of that, because I had a little light. But a little bit of light in the dark helps with claustrophobia. I'm telling you. When you're sitting there in that car and it's vibrating and you're waiting to get out on that track and, it's like, okay, here I am. And you're strapped in total darkness and all you do is hear and feel that engine rumbling. You have your little light on. It's like, okay, I'm all right here. I'm all right.
Makes it like home, like you're just in an area of your home or something,
A little bit, like, race car is your home for a while,
It is, yeah. How many laps was you generally running when in the different features that you ran? Was that a 10 or 12 lapper or more?
Usually 15. The the 602, which is the class up above me that I moved up from Charger, they're about 25 laps. But interesting enough, you don't just spend, people who are not racers don't get it, that when you're out on the track for that 15 minutes of fame and glory, you're out there for 8 hours, till you get out, unload, get your car all set up, get your air pressure right, because it's different on every tire. In my case, on 602 cars, it was 12 in the right front, 10 in the right rear, 8 in the left front, 6 in the left rear, only 6 pounds. And you've got to be careful with the sun and the moon and, where you park your car. But when you go out on that track, these cars are very sensitive. So you've got to have it smack dab on that money. But to my point, so you're out there for about 4 or 5 hours. Then you go to the driver's meeting. There's 15, 20 minutes right there. Then by the time there's a order of merit, what class car is where, by the time they get to your class, it could be 2 hours into a race program. So, meanwhile, your 15 minutes of fame could have ended up being an 8-hour journey on that whole day.
Tell us about your tires you ran.
They're American Racers was one brand. I ran, my mind just went blank. Hoosiers. We ran Hoosiers at both tracks. There was only a couple days when you ran Americans, but the tires cost around $240, $260 a piece.
God.
Yeah, so you're talking about $700-800 every time you change 4 tires.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's what struck me first. You mentioned my rookie year. I used to make fun of my golfing buddies. I don't golf, but my buddies who happen to have that addiction. All the money they spend on clubs and on different entry fees and go-karts or whatever they call those things. Anyway, what race car drivers spend is astronomical. It is not a poor man's hobby.
No, it ain't.
And being retired, it's a whole different ballgame. Talk about respect for guys. These guys who have to work full time, work their job, 40 hours a week, maybe 50 hours a week, come home and work on their car in the evening, and then get ready for Saturday. It's talk about much respect.
That's right.
These race car drivers are dedicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're working long days.
Yes.
It's kind of like the same with farmers. A lot of guys, they have a day job, but they do farming in Georgia, and they're spending a lot of time like that. So I can see that.
I can say that.
One of the things that's jumped out at me, and it makes perfect sense, and just listening to you describe everything, because every driver is different. I don't know if you notice this, Dean. Every driver is different. I hope it comes across right. But I can see your Army career coming out in the racing. You're describing it. You're painting pictures for us that we've never had before.
No.
And you're being specific about certain things.
Yes.
And to me, it sounds like, you may just be like that naturally, but it's almost like your Army. You took some of that in there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you would. And you're pointing out things that nobody has ever told us before.
That's right.
I just think it's. Am I wrong? Or is that?
Yeah.
Did you take some lessons from that into the racing?
No, that's an interesting observation, David, because I have the same respect for race car drivers that have been doing it ever since they've been driving go-karts. I found Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine military folks are fun to hang around because we could relate, and we're usually pretty good people. And like you said about discipline, we have that. But I found the racing community to be, car guys are good guys. Like when I have a Corvette and I have a 64 Chevy Corvair. So I go to car shows, and it's just sort of like talking to you two. You have a bond that you develop just when you're talking to fellow car guys or race car drivers. But I guess the discipline comes in I guess it took every ounce of courage to get in that race car for the first time than it takes for you to step out in that Army uniform. So I hadn't thought about that. There's probably a parallel there.
I mean, to me, I don't know, Dean, if you can see
that. Yes, I could.
It just, as you were describing, we never heard it in those terms.
Right,
we heard it in general terms.
Right.
But you were being very specific. Nobody's ever told us air pressure. Each time.
No.
I'm impressed.
No.
Really?
And how you basically gave the itinerary. I mean, I guess we knew all that in a way, but I never thought about it in that way.
No,
your 15 minutes of fame is an 8-hour day or more. I
Right.
mean, although I knew they were there all day, I never thought about it in the way that you laid that out. I thank you for that.
Yeah.
Because it gave me a different picture and perspective that I didn't have.
I didn't either.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Dusty, hey, we'll get you a link, man.
Well, I'm a writer. This is a good chance. I hadn't thought about this, but hold on one
No,
second.
go ahead and share. I love it.
All right. This is I got away with words, I guess. This is one of my books. It's called Undefeated, Untied, Unscored Upon on Amazon. It's under $10. It's about my father's team that went a whole year, won every ball game, and the other team did not score a point. Every game was a shutout.
Wow.
That's impossible, right?
I will buy your book. I try to buy something from every guest,
Okay.
and I will buy your book. I'm a book guy. In fact, I've got one here that wasn't a driver, but someone I met through something, and we have a guest coming on next week, and she's got a book release Saturday, and I'm going to order that book this weekend.
Well,
So
you're not
yeah,
gonna,
we
you're not
like
gonna buy
to do
this
that.
one, Dave. You just make sure I have your address, and I'm going to send you a signed copy. You're not
Well,
buying it.
yeah, you're awful kind. I tell you, you're awful kind.
How about a Yankee story? I hadn't
Yeah,
thought
I
of this.
love it. And by the way, you said, where were you from before you came to Georgia? What state?
Well, I grew up in Pennsylvania, where
Okay.
I grew up in a little town called Minersville, which is where this occurred, in Cass, which is a suburb, little town of 5,000. We've got a track up there called Big Diamond Raceway.
Yeah.
But my story when I first got involved in racing was I figured being a former Yankee, learning to drive in the ice and snow and sliding that car around like it's nothing on ice, I'd come down here and I told my grandson, I said, Lucas, I know how to drive on snow. I could kick these guys' butt. It's not going to be hard for me. Boy, was I wrong. Driving on dirt is a whole different ball game. And there's a tech. I'm telling you, the fellow I mentioned to you, Clint Smith, who owns CSR, Clint Smith Racing, and it happens to be the race director at Sonoy Track. He knows so much about these cars, and he tried it in vain to get me to be a winning race car driver every week, but I'm a little hard-headed. But there's just so much technique to this. You've got to trust your equipment. A parallel to the military, where yourself, you learn to trust your equipment. Like you in the business, you learn to trust your radio equipment. When you drive in a car, you trust. Same with a race car. You've got to learn the technique and learn to go into that turn where you everything in your mind is telling you, hit the brakes. I can't. Well, you don't hit the brakes. You let off a little bit. You get into that turn and you go sideways. But everything in your human brain is telling you, this ain't right. So,
I hear you. Yeah. But you have to, and Broski said Minersville, that's outside Pottsville. That's
Yes, sir.
Country. I hope I said that right.
Oh, yeah, 1829, America's very good. Yes, Yingling beers. I grew up in the shadow of Yingling. Exactly.
How close is that to Lancaster?
Yeah,
That's down near Hershey Park. That's Pennsylvania Dutch country. I'd say about a half hour.
okay.
It's up toward Reading, Harrisburg, off of Route 81 that way.
I've been to Lancaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a couple times. Yeah.
I have to.
Right near
That's,
Lancaster is a town called Bird in Hand.
Yeah. Yes.
A real town, right up the road from a town called Intercourse.
Yes.
You know that.
Amish country. Our Amish.
Yes, it's Amish country.
Yes. Yes.
So what? I guess you had just established being down here when your military career was over. Did you just stay because it had become home, or? I mean, I'm sure you had family that was living back up there. What made you stay here? Just you had established by then about 10
Oh yeah. Well, I retired out of Fort McPherson, which is now, what's his name, Perry. Tyler Perry's.
yeah.
Tyler Perry. Yeah. Well, which is no more. But I retired in I've been retired longer. I served 23 years. I've been retired for 26 years, which is hard to say out loud.
Yeah.
But I wanted to come to Atlanta for my last military opportunity because there's a lot of civilian jobs and a lot of opportunities around here.
Mm-hmm.
So I happened to get into defense contracting, and a lot of times I worked out of my house, or later in my career I worked in downtown Kabul, Afghanistan. I also worked in Baghdad in 08, 09. So, my second career was as a defense contractor, but the reason I came to Atlanta. I knew there'd be a lot of business opportunities, and I had a choice. My last assignment could have been St. Louis, and no offense to the people in Missouri, but Atlanta's a little warm. Georgia's a little bit warmer than the winters in St. Louis.
Oh yeah.
That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Let's just to paint the picture. So you became the racer at 65, I think you said.
Right.
Were you a race fan before that? Did you like NASCAR? Did you like racing at
Oh,
all? I know
yeah,
you were busy, but
Oh yeah, well yeah. In fact, I rented a car at Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is called something else now. They've got a new sponsor, but I drove a car. I drove a NASCAR where you could do the drive-alongs, or where you could rent a
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
And my top speed, I did it 50 laps one time. So I'm an adrenaline junkie. I hit 173, was as fast as I went in an
pretty
old.
doggone good, man.
Yeah.
It was an old beat up NASCAR Xfinity car.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's that NASCAR experience.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I've had
But-
some
but-
friends that done that at different tracks.
Right.
Yeah, it's a hoot, and especially if you do want the one where you just communicate with the guy. You have a spotter upstairs, because
Uh-huh.
there's a couple of these schools where you follow along, and I've got a few buddies out with me to do that. But yeah, you follow along a car in front of you. That's your coach. But how did I get in? I've always been a NASCAR fan, and in Pennsylvania, up near Pottsville in Minersville, we used to have these things called demolition derbies, which
Uh-huh.
I
Love
don't
it.
know. With all the lawyers involved, I guess they don't have those anymore.
There's a few places
Yeah.
that still do.
Yeah.
Man, they pull. I don't know. Maybe it's a southern thing or
Right.
something, but they pull trailers.
Yeah. Boats.
They do RVs.
Yes.
They still do that in
Yes.
places. I don't know where,
Yes.
but you're right. It's probably
Right.
a liability
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
that they don't do
I
that.
did it. We used to be able to get a car for $20. I'm talking about when I was 16, 17, late 60s, early 70s. I probably drove every summer when I came home from Penn State. I'd always drive in, one or two demo derbies, which, it wasn't really stock car racing, but it was driving backwards and crashing into people,
That's right.
which is sort of like out on the track, on the dirt track some days,
Oh yeah. I would like that. I would love that.
Spinning around, rolling backwards, and hitting the wall or
Oh,
somebody.
Well, there's two kinds of race car drivers, Dave and Dean. There's the kind that have been in accidents and those that will be. It's just one of those things.
Right.
It's one of those things. So, did you have anybody in your family that was into racing as well, that sort of nurtured that, or did you just become a fan on your own?
On my own. My father was a chemistry teacher, and he was, as I mentioned with my book, he was a football coach and a chemistry teacher. Oh no. In fact, when I did those demo derbies, I remember I forged his signature. He'd have never approved of anything like that. Where you had to get a notary public
Oh
to
yeah.
parental consent under 18. Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
No,
Hello,
he wouldn't
Dizzy
have-
and Dusty. Welcome our guest here, Mr.
Hi.
Tim. Josh
How are
Kenneth.
you?
We appreciate
Nice to meet
y'all jumping in and out running around.
Was your hauler enclosed or was it open?
Was it what?
Your hauler
Your trailer.
enclosed or
Oh,
open?
okay. Yeah, okay. I'm glad you said that, Dean. I've had both, but the point I was going to make earlier on when we were chatting, and being a senior citizen, if you don't say it, it's gone.
That's
Right.
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 You roll up in your $10,000 car and your open trailer, right? Right next to you is a $200,000 Winnebago with an air-conditioned trailer with 2 levels on it. This is not a poor man or poor woman's sport. But yeah, I've had both. An enclosed trailer keeps your car. I guess it rolls down the highway better. But I still have my trailer from last year. It's an open trailer, but so much money in this sport.
Awesome. Yeah, and hello, Doc. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you stopping by, my friend.
Hey, Doc.
And Dusty will have to come back. I think they dropped. But so who we got to know? Who was your favorite driver in NASCAR growing up?
Oh, you know what I'm going to say.
We
Number
know
3, Dale Earnhardt. You know that.
Okay.
right?
every driver has
Yes.
said this.
Yes.
Like-
Yes. Yes.
And then they all said the same thing. When he died, I quit watching. I just got out.
Oh no, not me.
Me
In
either.
fact, Dale Jr. didn't Dale was in that race, as I recall,
He
2000.
He was. He was.
Yeah.
He came in second.
Yes. Yeah. What?
Mike
No,
Waltrip won.
Yeah,
right?
Michael Waltrip won it.
Waltrip won the
Yes.
race.
Yes.
Yeah. But
So who do
no,
you root for today?
I don't know. I got mixed feelings. I kind of like what's the number 22?
George Logano.
Joey Logano.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I root for Joey.
Root for Joey.
I do
Yeah.
for Chase. I root for Chase.
He's a
Elliott.
Chase fan.
Well, he's not too far from you, right? Didn't he?
That's right.
Didn't he grow up north, a little bit north of Atlanta?
Yes.
Dawsonville.
Dawsonville.
Yeah, Bill. I don't remember ever seeing Bill Dawson race. It's funny, I can't pull it out, but yeah, I want to go visit. I want to go visit up there. That's on my bucket list.
You ought to go.
Yeah.
It's nice.
He's been there. You've been there 2 or 3
Yeah,
times, right?
twice. I've been there twice,
Okay.
2 times.
Yes, sir.
Dean has the vault. He's got all this NASCAR merchandise.
Yes,
he's
yeah,
bought over
yeah,
all the years.
yeah.
We won't say his age, but he's been buying for some time. I
Oh
gather.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And so, he has quite the.
Connection.
Well, it's a collection, and some stuff I think he's hiding from me because he's brought out a couple things that were a little bit, Donica Patrick bass squirt toy or something he brought out. But, no, that's great. And so, do you stay connected to dirt track today, even though you've retired from that? Do you still go?
I haven't yet, but it's just we're only about a week or so into it, Dave. Penton opened, Penton, Alabama, which is a good hour and a half drive for me. Had a big weekend last weekend, and I still recognize a lot of the guys, the names. I'm going to be a fan this year, but you know what? As I mentioned before about golf buddies, and I made fun of them being addicted to the game. Race car drivers are addicted to racing. You know that, right?
Oh yes.
Sure.
Yes.
I tried to retire a couple times, and then sometimes you see a car or a buddy of yours, like my buddy Junior Baxter, always finds it something you can't refuse, and we end up with a car. I got a deal for you, So, is it out of my system? No, I don't think it ever gets. I'm looking at a category I didn't drive in. There's a 4-cylinder guys they called mini stocks. 1.7 liter. Yeah, and I'm thinking about driving one of those if the fellow who's looking at sponsoring me comes through. I'll drive.
Awesome. We know some folks that's probably around your age that are doing that.
Yeah.
And they're trying to chasing one more win, one more championship, whatever, and having fun. They don't like the drop in horsepower, but it's better for them at this time in their life to do that. So
I don't know.
Think in some way, just to make and I'm not trying to drive this or anything, but we have heard this through people that do a lot of hiking through the Appalachian Trail and stuff that are ex-military. They miss that adrenaline. You said I'm adrenaline junkie. Is that fed in somewhat because once you get you've been in combat zones or whatever, does that feed a little bit of that, staying on the edge like that in a race, and did that help with that? Did you ever think about it in that way?
Good, very good, Dave. No, it's in your blood. I think once you get used to dealing with stress, and as you mentioned earlier, the connection, the training, the military training, and the way of life, I meant to mention this earlier too, but again, senior citizen, if you don't say it, it's gone. I'm doing, instead of racing so far this year, I'm in pilot training. I'm in the Noonan Flight School, going to flight training. That's my adrenaline rush. I flew 2 hours today.
Oh, awesome.
God.
That is so cool. And I know a number of gentlemen who have their pilot's license and fly executives at companies. They call it a de-stressor because of all the things they deal with in the corporate world.
Right.
They just like to get up in the clouds and fly around. It's just important for them to do that.
Well, I can't wait, but much respect to those guys. If this ground school is kicking my butt, it's engineering, weatherman, learning all the instruments, aerodynamics. Once a guy or gal becomes a pilot and they get up there, it's probably a de-stressor. But for me, being that I've only got 20 or so hours, it's still, that learning curve is steep. In a race car, you got 3 gauges. That's it. And turning the car on, you flip on 2 switches and the starter, and here we go. And then you let your car warm up. You watch for your temps to come up. You watch for your fuel pressure. You watch your oil pressure, and all you got is a tachometer. It's not so with an airplane.
What you said earlier, you'll have to get to the part where you trust your equipment.
That's right.
Because trust the gauges, trust that what you're hearing, what you're seeing, and all that. Because that is, I I can imagine. You're right.
Right,
I mean,
right.
there's tons of gauges and switches in a plane, no matter the size. You got a lot of stuff going on, and you have to pay attention to all those things. So that's
Sure.
exciting, though, for you. That's great.
Yeah.
Do you,
Well-
do you have any merchandise, any T-shirts or hats to sell?
Yeah, did you ever create anything for your store from your racing or anything like that?
I didn't. I never got in that far. I was having enough trouble keeping up with repairing my car every week after getting crashed into a couple times. So I never got into the merch side of it. But it's not too late, I guess. Never say never.
Yeah.
That's right.
The
Doc
guys,
says he prefers street racing. Never got busted in 20 years I drag raced in the Detroit area.
Uh-oh.
I would think there's a lot of other things that could happen while you're in Detroit while
Yeah.
you're drag racing.
Yeah.
Not just the racing or getting in trouble with the law.
Students.
Depending on where you're at.
Oh yeah, yeah.
is that considered a combat zone?
I think some parts
I
of
do
it could
too.
be.
Yeah,
I really do.
I do too.
But I like what you said because it's never too late.
Right.
And if you want to do something, I say this to everybody I meet. You get one shot through this life.
That's right.
You don't get a do-over. And people say bucket list or whatever. I think if there's just something you want to do, you don't let nobody tell you can't. Because
Right.
there's always the naysayers. I'm sure that, I don't know, for you, there's people be going, I don't know if you should get a pilot's license now at this stage in your life. I was told, I continually have people that come at me
He's
doing
right.
the media, doing this, and we're trying to grow this not because we're trying to be the biggest or the baddest. We want to reach more people and we want to get better at what we do. Because there's always those people that say, well, you'll never be this, you'll
He's
be
right.
that. I say, I'm not listening to that.
He's right.
I'm
Right.
not listening to that. And people
No,
try to
that's-
tell you what you ought to be, or you should do this, or you should do that. You got to have it in your gut. You got to have it in your
Bingo.
heart. And if it's
Right.
there, you just do
That's
it. And
right.
you don't worry about what
That's
other
right.
people say.
That's right.
Well,
And I applaud you, sir. I applaud you.
Well, likewise with your adventures, and I think the expression my father used to always say is life's too short.
That's
you know,
right.
and-
I say
and-
that.
And he always used to say, you're as good as the next guy. And, my goal is to be as good as the next guy and maybe kick it up a notch and be a little
right.
bit better,
Yeah. Doc says in some places in Detroit, where you can go. So you gotta be smart about streets. Street takeovers are the thing here. This is in Charlotte. He's outside of Charlotte. Black Center Chargers and Hellcats take over intersections, sometimes highways. Well, that's happened in Atlanta too. I've seen some videos there. They do the spin outs and stuff.
Yes.
Some intersections in Atlanta. I guess any city really.
That's right.
well, they're just put those guys on a dirt track and let's see what they can really do. And, they might think they're doing great at what's it called? Drifting, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
When you're on turn 1 and 2 and you're drifting sideways, getting ready for that straightaway coming out the back, and then you go into 3 and 4 at 100 miles an hour. Let's see how bold they are then.
That's right. You're right. I like that.
So Jim, did you ever have anybody come visit you after the race? Pretty upset with you? They're wanting to argue about some movie made on the track or anything, because I know it happens in racing. It's racing.
Oh yeah, no, we've had words. I've never really gone after anybody myself, but I'll tell you what. One of the reasons I wasn't consistently a winning race car driver is I was too cautious. To really win at this sport, you've got to go out there with no fear. And I'm telling you, you don't need a driver's license on because they're private tracks, right?
That's right.
So there's
I never
kids out
thought
there
about
who are.
that.
Yeah.
I raced in Alabama. I raced against somebody who was 13 years old, 13,
That's
14
true.
year old. So here I am in my late 60s, and there's a kid. So I made sure I got a picture, of him, the youngest race car driver and the oldest race car driver. But I never was a real badass getting mad at people. I figured I didn't do it on purpose, and I certainly never wrecked anybody on purpose.
Yeah.
I know guys that have. Just about everybody out there has their moments, but it's I said it's too expensive a sport, Dave, to go wrecking people.
Did you?
Yeah. There you go, folks. I just want to show it again for those that came in late.
Yeah.
I appreciate the pictures. That's an
Oh,
awesome looking
yes.
vehicle, and we're talking with from Peachtree City, Mr. Jim Joskinis, and Lieutenant Colonel Army retired, and we're enjoying ourselves immensely. We
Yes,
appreciate you again
yes.
so much for being on. And another thing that you said, because Dean had brought this up about when the first race y'all went to, newbies, y'all didn't have anything on to block all that dirt was being slung up at you, and you got to learn all that, I think
Didn't
y'all
know.
talked about when y'all went.
Yes.
The new hairdo for Mom.
No.
I mean, it got messed up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're eating some dirt.
Yeah.
I bet your grandson. I bet he was loving every minute of that.
Oh yeah. But we didn't even know that you pull your pickup truck in backwards back to the backstretch and have your chairs all set up there. We didn't even know that. We pulled in the regular way, and these guys have their earmuffs on and their goggles and their COVID masks long before COVID was COVID. By the way, quick shout out to dirt track racing. We never shut down in 2020. I think we were the only sport. There was a time when we didn't have fans and you could only bring one guy in your pit crew during COVID, but we never shut down in dirt car racing.
Great.
I didn't know that either. I did not know
That's
that.
Great.
Because most things were, you can't do it. We're going to take a break or whatever.
Did you ever get disqualified in your races?
That's a good question.
No, I never pushed the limit. You know what? Remember, I got a bunch of, top 2, 3, 4, but you don't really get inspected or challenged unless you win. And so in 6 years of racing, the best I've come is second place. So I never got, I never got challenged. I never got challenged on equipment.
Tell me about the
Go ahead.
attendance at the racetrack. Is it good attendance?
Did we get attendance? A lot of,
Good attendance. Got a lot of fans showing
Yeah,
up.
did you have a lot of fans show up at the track?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, places like Sonoy fill the race car. They fill the place up in Sonoy. Kenton, like I mentioned, my buddy, the number 97, Jamie Godby, bought the place, and he has remodeled Penton like you wouldn't believe. Penton is near the town of Lafayette, Alabama, a good hour and a half from here. But race car fans are the best. There's one shout out, if you don't mind. Jennifer's Dirt Life. Jennifer goes out there as a fan, and she has her own channel, and as long as she's not competing with a live TV show on there, the folks that film it, she does a live Facebook broadcast of just about every race at Sonoy.
That's great. I've seen a few of those, and
have you?
we just need to get as much attention on it as you can, and
Right.
drive that excitement. We're hoping to go and do. We've got a driver or two that said they'll put our GoPro on the car while they're running around and give us that experience and stuff. So we're looking forward to getting to some tracks in our general area and experiencing that in a different way. And we'll do the same thing if we can. We'll at least do a short live and show some of that experience at some of the tracks we go to. And then I've caught a few where people are following their own driver, husband, whatever, and they're following around the track. So I have caught some of those. Some of the there's some out there doing a great job. I mean, they're big media like Flow Racing and all that. They cover a lot of stuff. I try to tune it all in as much as I can.
I would too.
And again, it's getting people out of their homes, off their butts, and out doing something out and taking the kids there. It is a family sport. We know that, and it's affordable. It's affordable.
Well, it's the best $15 you could ever spend. It's $15 in Sonoy. I guess up your way in Taco, it's probably the same. It's not that expensive. Now, you talk about being a fountain of useless knowledge like I can be. Do you know that dirt track racers, we have to pay? We don't get in for free. You realize we have to pay to get in the pits?
I was a War Between the States reenactor at one time, and it was always ticked me off because they charged us more than they did the fans. We paid back in those days at most of them. Some of it was a little different, but say it was $10, they charged the fans $5. The reason they got more from us, they knew we were coming. I mean, they know we're locked in. We have to pay. Like they're going to. I mean, several hundred men out there. They got all that for sure. We'll make it a little lower for fans, get them to come out and bring the family. So we always paid more. I didn't know that you had to pay, but I get it. They know you're coming.
Sure, and that's a great analogy in your case. And you probably spent more than a few hours out there getting ready.
Oh, absolutely. So, I mean. I will tell you a quick story. We were doing Resaca when it was my first event, actually, real event. I did some training, but they get you up early on Saturday, and they march you over to do a funeral ceremony for the soldiers that are buried there at the cemetery at Resaca, which is great. But they didn't tell us we were going. We went out and did drills all morning. We just got back to camp, and they force marched us over. I guess somebody forgot we needed to be there, and so we were there. All of us had to use the restroom really bad, and they're doing speeches and they're singing songs. And there was a lady who went to sing, and a train came by, and you couldn't hear anything she said. All you saw was her mouth moving. And at the end of it, one of the ladies that came out all dressed up said, "We couldn't hear you. Sing it again." And so we're looking one way at this singer. And as we hear this out of our ear, every reenactor turned and looked at her. And the look that she got must have, her husband stepped up and said, "We'll sing it later at the house. We're good." Every reenactor there gave them a look like, "No, you're not singing another song. We got to go."
We got to go. Right. You know,
that's the great thing about getting out like this is you get the camaraderie, the stories, the connections.
Nothing like it. There's the camaraderie among race car drivers. There's a couple. You just reminded me of the nemesis of us dirt car race drivers, rainouts. When you go to all this trouble and you go to the track and you think it's looking good, and all of a sudden Mother Nature says, not so fast. We have spent many an hour sitting there waiting for them to get the track ready, and then sometimes you don't get the track ready, and you're there for 4 hours. And the track owners are very good in terms of, you know, giving you a pass for next time, refunding your money. That's not the issue. It's, you know, you go 2 weeks waiting for a race at your track, and you finally get there and you get rain out. Right. That's a very depressing part of our business.
I bet.
That's tough. Hey, Dusty, you got any questions? You've been awful quiet over there. Dusty's off racing and up in Ohio, and young man's kind of off the track right now, trying to get back on. He still helps with a car, but they're out riding around. You got any questions there, Dusty? Or just want to say hi? And Desi, sorry, don't let me diss. She's giving me the look.
Don't be shy, Dusty.
There you go.
She's giving me the look. I got the Dusty look, like, you know, she looks at Dusty like that when he gets in trouble. Now I'm getting that look. Dusty got hurt on the track. I mean, he raced a different. What was that type of racing that you were doing, Dusty? I can't remember. Side by side. Did a jump. Well, he wrecked, but he also did a jump. Came in a little high. Broke back. So, you know, Shock said, not today. We're going to get all that energy.
Pretty much.
Are you an adrenaline junkie too, Dusty? Would you say that's? Dave asked me about being an adrenaline junkie. That's part of it, right?
Yeah.
He's ate up with it.
I bet he's
got all the memorabilia. He's playing the. Did you ever get into the racing on the computer games? That's what this generation does. They race the games on the computer too. The track.
Well, you know.
Sorry, Desi, I didn't mean to bring that up. You know.
No, I never did. But interestingly, that you mentioned that, because in flight training years ago when I flew, I never got my license, but I flew. We had a steering wheel. So in the aviation terms, a yoke. Guess what we use now? A stick, a joystick. So an old guy like me having to relearn those skills that I never really learned and try to fly with the joystick. It's the aircraft's called a Diamond DA-20, and I've had to learn how to fly with a joystick.
Oh Lord!
Now if they start having joysticks out on the dirt track race, I don't know about that. You know.
It all changes, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Prayers out to our military who are running 24/7 operations right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just thinking, as you were saying all that, even if it's not a war or some sort of conflict, or it's just dangerous enough to put those planes in the air.
Yes.
Helicopters, planes, whatever. Yes. Getting off the flight decks of aircraft carriers. There's danger in all that. And mechanics can go wrong at any time. Yes. So prayers for our soldiers, our sailors, Marines, all of them.
Those poor souls all 6 of them were killed on a KC-130 refueling aircraft. There's nothing more dangerous than refueling an aircraft, both of them in flight, dropping that little tube down to the next aircraft. Well, the one they were fueling didn't wreck. It was the fuelers that they haven't released how it crashed, but all 6 of those poor souls are gone.
I mean, I can imagine doing that with the turbulence and everything that you're going to face, just trying to keep that thing connected. And we're talking fuel. I mean, there's a danger there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's fuel. I mean,
You're right. You're right.
Spark or something. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
What kind of gas did you use?
Well, as I got more into it, I realized I can't be using 93. I was, for the first couple of years, just running regular old 93 octane. And then I found out the real guys, the real good racers, are using racing fuel, 110, and maybe a 50-50 mixture. My last year of racing, I ran E85, which gives you a little bit more of a kick, a little more horsepower. You've got to put a different carburation on there. But the E85 fuel is what the winning race car drivers use. One more thing occurred to me, Dean. I learned to not use a 12-volt battery. You folks know that you can run a 16-volt battery in a 12-volt system, and it gives you a little more kick. The race cars don't have alternators, so while you're running off the battery. So it's worth it if you want to be competitive to get the 16-volt battery in there. And I asked Glenn Smith, I was worried that it would blow up my gauges and all the 12-volt stuff. No, 16 volts didn't have an effect other than a little more oomph for your motor.
I got you. Wow.
Great.
Yeah. No, like for the side by side, like for the fuel, I use like 93, between 93 and 97
Yeah.
for the side by side.
Yeah, and I was thinking, as fuel prices are rising across all kinds of gas, it's going to be more expensive for these drivers in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it is.
Because those prices are starting, even at the pump. I mean, I think it's 70 something or 80 something a day.
I hadn't even thought about that. You're right. The whole racing community is going to be paying the price on that.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, folks, if you want to sponsor some gas for some of these guys and gals, they would appreciate it because their money's not going to go as far. You're going to have to spend more to get what you need for a race Saturday or Friday or whatever. It's going to impact it.
You're right. It is. It is.
I mean, it's, it just, that controls so many different variables.
Right.
Car parts will go up,
These cars, late model cars hold about 20 gallons usually, and we'll easily burn up 5-6 gallons in a race.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you've got to make weight, meaning you've got to be 2,300 or 50 or more. You can't come in light. If you come in light, you're disqualified.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And for all the other race fans out there, every class has a different weight limit on it, but for 602 cars, it's 2,350 pounds. You've got to come in at 2,300. Well, they subtract out, you get a pound allowance for every lap. So, you can come in 15 pounds lighter than that at the end of a 15 lap, 25 on a 25 lap. One thing they don't take into account is caution laps. I mean, if you're out there on a bad day and there's a lot of cautions, you're burning a lot of fuel.
Yeah, you could come in a lot. That's true.
Which you could come in less. You've got to start heavy.
Well, an hour flies by, and I thank you so much for giving us this time. Is there anything we didn't cover that you would like to give a shout out to anyone or anything as we close here? And we hope you'll come back. Everybody is so amazing.
Yes.
Thank you for your time and your service, and paint that picture for us. That's been so good.
Thank you so much. It's been a real honor to be a small part of the community, and just like I was honored to be accepted into the racing community, I'm honored to be a part of your show. And it's what you're doing is a great service to the community. I appreciate it.
I thank you.
Yeah, we thank you. Very kind to say that. And tell your friends that if they haven't done a podcast in a while, tell them we'd love to have them, whatever their level of connection is to racing. We just want to highlight all the people in the great sport that it is. That's what this is here for. The less we talk and listen to these folks, the better it will be. Because we're learning, and listeners are learning as well by getting re-engaged into something they did maybe in their youth. And that's what we want to do. That was our goal with this. And we think it's happening.
How do I find your podcast, Dave, for the fans out there? How do we find you?
Yeah, we're on every platform, and we're Southern Patriots Podcast, and we're on really anything you can think of. So there's a couple of places we're called Wolf Nation. That's another branch of our podcast. But everywhere, we're Southern Patriots Podcast. And you can find us on MP3 as well as all the majors, if you think of YouTube and Facebook and X and all those. We're going live to all those right now. Rumble, Instagram, we're going live to. Kick, Twitch. We're going to several. Then we'll load this into other ones that are out there that don't allow us to go live, and we'll do clips off of it as well and try to capture a couple of neat things that was said during this, and we'll put those out there as well.
Yes.
And we will rerun this program several times over the next month. So you're going to be out there quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll let my racing fans and my friends know about you, and you are Southern Patriots. I appreciate you.
Yes,
oh
sir.
well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you.
We're gonna stay in. We're gonna drop everybody down, run some music, and we salute you too. And you have a blessed night.
Thank you, sir.
Bless you as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll put him down, folks. We'll be right back. We'll catch up with Dusty. We'll talk a little racing and sports and whatever. Just a quick break, allow us to reset, and we'll be right back. All right, we're coming back in. Dean is filling up my coffee cup, and we are back. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's Wolf Nation Coffee with the little racing logo on the cup. Love it. What an amazing interview. Thank you, Mr. Ross Guinness. We had his name all wrong at first. I don't know what happened, but I said to him, he corrected me. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Never disrespect a military man. He was very, very kind. What a gentleman. Thank you so much, Jim, for that. Thank you, Dusty and Desi, for being here, and Dean and Marie.
Thank you.
Paul couldn't make it tonight, and I thought Daryl was going to come. He must have got busy. That happens. And but we're here. We were going to have another driver in the morning. He can't make it. He's got to work.
Right.
So tomorrow's show won't happen that way, but we have interviews lined up.
Yes.
For 3 months.
Yes.
2 or 3 months. So
Yes.
I know a good 2 months. We've got interviews booked. So.
On into May.
On into May, and we've got a reschedule. I just sent out. I haven't heard back from them. I'm trying to get Jessica Powell back on.
Okay.
I said it right, Powell, who is just ripping it up in Canada. She's winning everything out there.
Yeah.
Man, she's amazing.
Yes.
I've been trying to get them back on. They're just so busy, and I want to get them back on and do a shout out. And we've missed a couple due to sickness. They couldn't make it, misconnection, whatever, work, whatever the situation may be. Some of them decided not to do it. Maybe they just were a little intimidated by the video. I don't know. But they decided not to. But maybe they'll come back to it. So, we want it to be a fun experience, not hard, as you can see. We're not here grilling anybody. It's a conversation.
Right.
Conversation with that. Well, we've got the race this weekend.
Darlington.
We've made our picks.
Hey, Dave.
Remind us of our picks. Did what, Dusty?
I saw where you shared the Atomic page. I saw that.
I try to keep all that out there. I have another one. Actually, I was going to see. Let me see if I got this picture. I wanted to show.
I'm gonna try to see if I can get a kit pack and try to at least interview some of the Lucas guys if I can.
Great, do that.
Mr. Jim said that was fun.
Yeah.
He really. Let me give him. He's on my address. Let me punch that in real quick. Dean's always got something to say, or Dusty, or Desi. Desi got something to say. Let me punch this in real quick.
Okay. Alex Bowman will be out due to vertigo for next 3 weeks. Justin Allgaier would be in a number 48. That would be for Darlington, Martinsville, and Bristol. And NASCAR Cup Series race at Darlington, honorary pace car driver would be Bart Martin. The Grand Marshal would be Kurt Busch and Harry Gant. The honorary starter and trophy presenter would be Dave Marcus.
Dave Marcus, that's a name I know.
And Roush Speedway Kalowski will be honoring Greg Biffle on all 3 cars this weekend.
That'll be a very emotional thing and very honored. Oh, hey, hold on just a second. Come on in. I was just up there and I was like, okay, nobody's here. There we go.
All right. So we bring this back to you before I leave.
Just in case you block it, and I don't.
Well, I'll lock it when I come back.
Yeah, just block it and bring it up.
All right.
I'll make it no time you leave. Thanks for coming by.
You're welcome.
And give me a holler later.
Okay.
Sorry, folks. Navigating different things. What was I going to say?
Greg Biffle honoring.
Well, it would be very emotional. And that's still so fresh in a lot of people's minds.
Oh, yes.
Right for him. What I wanted to say before you move on is,
Okay.
I'll just hold this up for right now.
That's fine.
Tim sent me a picture. Well, he asked for the address, and he sent me a picture of him in the plane. It looks like you almost.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny with all that on it? It looks like Dean. Here's the picture from the plane that he gave me. Or sent me. A little bit of light there. The camera doesn't always get that, but it looks like Dean sitting there almost.
It does, don't it?
That's wild. So he's still chasing the adrenaline. That's awesome.
Oh, did you hear about Daniel died?
Is this the guy that's in trouble?
Yes.
I was just to that. I want you to talk about it. Oh, what a dummy.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter what people say, freedom of speech, whatever. It goes back to the same thing. I cannot embarrass my company. They could lose customers. They could lose standing in the community. There are consequences when you say dumb things.
Yes.
People that mouth this stuff, and then they find out they don't have a job or they're suspended. Go ahead and tell the story. There's probably a lot of people who hadn't heard about it, but this is like, here's your sign of how stupid you are. I'm sorry. If people didn't learn from Kyle Larson, he overcame. He overcame, and I rooted for him to overcome.
I do too.
Some people will never forgive him for what he did, but that was an example of a guy who had millions of dollars, his career, his reputation on the line, and he almost lost it all.
He could be losing a lot more because I'm talking about his sponsors leaving him. He's talking about losing his ride with Kelly Grayson. Talk about all of this.
It's called being professional. You just have to be professional. You just can't do what you want to do. And if you can't handle that, I mean, get you a handler or somebody to tell you to keep your mouth shut. I mean, but tell the story there.
He was at a.
You don't have to get into I didn't know what words it was, but I know kind of what he did.
I'm not going to
We don't want to get clipped out here by something.
Right. I'm not going to go into the details of
I wouldn't think you would, but I just want to clarify.
No, I'm not going to do that. He was at a card signing, a sports card signing, like baseball cards.
Yes.
Opening up packs of them. And something said about a IndyCar driver.
Yeah.
And he said some derogatory comments about that driver about his relationship, say.
Yes, and the effect of that was immediate. He is now suspended.
He's suspended for college racing and NASCAR until he goes through sensitive school training, in other words.
You just can't do it.
That's being stupid.
It is being stupid. People say, well, it's locker room talk. Well, keep it in the locker room if that's what you want to do.
That's right.
But even in the locker room, you can't do that. You just can't do it.
If me and you right now said something bad, it would reflect on our jobs.
I would be in all kinds of trouble. I could lose my job.
This
is one of the and this is what people that come in the chat, I try to be lenient. Now, I'm not a perfect man, but I try to keep my mouth as a Christian. And
That's right.
God,
That's right.
I try to keep my mouth very clean.
That's right.
I'm not perfect. I make mistakes.
Right.
But I have people that come in the chat, and I don't really say too much unless it's really out there. If it's attacking, I'm not going to put up with it. Because I don't want people to be picked on. We joke around and go on. But sometimes people want to get very violent, vulgar and stuff. I'm not going to allow it. And I've had people that I consider friends give me a hard time and actually really jump on me like I don't have guts and I'm not a man and I'm not a good Christian or whatever. And you can just go blow smoke. I don't care.
That's right.
Two reasons. One, it's my show, our show, but I'm the one that's on the dotted line and I'm going to answer for it.
That's right.
Number two, my career could be on the job. I'm on the line here. I can lose my job.
Yeah.
So my family's this is a hobby.
Yeah.
It may eventually one day make bunches of money. I don't know. When I retire and devote even more time to it,
that's right.
It pays for itself, I think.
That's right.
And that's why I always thank the good Lord above for Rumble, and He pays for most of the bills.
That's right.
But we're not over here. People think we're making all this money. There's no money being made. We're outlaying money.
Yeah.
But my job is what pays the bills. It's what takes care of my wife, my granddaughter, food on the table, all that. And I would be stupid to get on here or at work or wherever and say stupid things.
Yes.
This is what he did.
I know it.
And now he's going to suffer for that.
Oh, yeah. He could be losing his ride. He could be losing his sponsors. Hey, he could be losing his job in NASCAR.
He could. I just couldn't believe it. I saw it and I read the article and I'm like, did you not? I mean, I know he's young, but that's not an excuse. You just have to learn. I just don't get it. My mom always said, well, here's how there is a saying, it may have been said by mothers everywhere in the world in different languages. But my mom always taught me, if you don't have anything good to say, keep your mouth shut.
Yes.
You can think it, but don't ever say it.
I hear that every day. No.
I'm sure he did. I know Mom. She probably would say, I'll put soap in your mouth. Because we heard that too. And, I get it. Some people, I think I don't. And here's me. I never criticize anybody for how they talk. I'm not the speech police. I've had people get into me and say, "You need to tell this person to watch your mouth." I said, "I'm not their dog.
No.
I am not. The only thing I would ever ask if my children were around, I will remove myself from a conversation. I do not want certain things going around my grandkids or my kids. I kept protection there, as I think a parent should.
Yes.
I am not going to tell people what to talk. People on the podcast don't say, there's a few words here and there on the family program. So we don't keep the big bad boys out of there. If it happens, we're adults. Okay, we can overcome that. You don't have to go, I may have never heard it, because you hear it every day out in the world. It's just the way some people talk. Going to criticize.
But him being
he walks someone.
Yes, him being a celebrity in this world, at a signing, opening up cards, whatever. He should, if he's being video recorded, he should have thought about, hey,
in this day and time, everybody's got a camera.
Yeah.
And the hot mic. The politicians and TV people and all that. That's something I'm very careful with here. Not saying really bad things.
Right.
But you not just vent or something. Box off.
Yeah.
So completely shut down.
I mean, I seen that race card a while ago, and I didn't know where I was going to but I said, that's a beautiful card.
Yeah, you didn't say anything wrong. I was letting you we're hot. Usually I don't put the mic back on.
I understand
So
that.
a lot of people.
Y'all wasn't looking. I was saying, that's a beautiful card he's got there.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy, he's got to rebuild all. And I've always said, I've heard it this way from my job. It takes a lot of time to build up your character and your name and all that. It takes about 2 seconds to tear it all down.
That's right.
And another thing I always heard is you don't want to be in a police lineup or your booking board or whatever with your company name on the shirt.
Exactly.
And I've known people that.
I do too.
We had a guy years ago for the previously named company we're at. He got arrested for DUI, I think, and he was doing the show for the company. There, and they captured it all in there. They got into just busting back and all that. Anyway, it's enough of that, I guess, but I couldn't believe it. I was like, come on, man. I mean, I know as a parent, but you have to personally watch out. That's what if he can't handle that, maybe he's like there and he throws a few bucks. That nudges. I had a friend one time about a dog that kept getting in his yard and his kids and all that. So they go talk to him. They get there. Just do anything. So somebody go talk to the guy. So it's a friend of his. Go with me. Your job is not to say anything. I would try. But if you see me getting a little like I'm raising my voice, getting an aggressive posture, tap me on the back very loud. That won't be my cue. Because it's easy to lose. And sometimes people lose alcohol and they lose. It's very loose. That wasn't his problem. He was absolutely dumb. But you can't put down a protected face, a protected preference. You have to do that. You don't have to lock what anybody does. But you got to watch who you step to in front of. So a career could be gone.
Yes.
And that's just the way it is. The company has an expectation of the people say, well, they're on the rock, but he was at an event. So there is that. But even if you're running an event, really are always on, kind of on. As a member of management, especially in ownership or whatever, it's like a uniform of Charles.
It's like you've told me. Told me with this. We don't live right now. We say anything out of the way. It could affect their jobs.
It could. And I have to to myself.
That's right.
And hopefully I'm looking out for other people as well.
That's right.
I want to look out for you.
Right.
Paul has business interests.
Yes.
And I know he appreciates that, and not that he said you're wrong. No. Others that come on, their friends are going to be welcome. That they're not going to be embarrassed. Family member, the owner, friend. I can't get anyone on that. That was funny or something like that. Especially interviews, they're be professional. We're not about a couple things, but it's not going to be smutty or not like that.
I think
that's what we have. That's our problem.
I tell people that I call getting them, set up for the interview. I tell 99% people we are a family-friendly show.
And we do have a show sometimes with my granddaughter.
That's
But
right.
I've known of others that kids that go to school with my granddaughter, others in the family people.
Yeah,
Well, even people just flipping around YouTube and they
Yes.
find it.
Yes.
And the only guy that I ever truly banned off this program, I banned because he got smoked my granddaughter for being in the chat. If you don't belong here, I said you don't.
Oh,
And she belongs here 100% more than you do.
that's right.
I enjoy talking to you, but God, I don't want to talk to my granddaughter like that.
Feel
And I banned him. He would never be effective on this one because he was already pushing the envelope anyway. But I enjoyed the conversation. You just stepped over the line you're going to do. I would never come to your place and get started with a bomb or something like that. I mean, who do you think he is? I mean, my God. I mean, there's dumb and there's dumb.
Yeah. But AJ Oppendinger is
The
going
Dinger,
to drive that truck this weekend.
cool. And the trucks are back this week, right? Yeah, they can all. And I guess the polls are all set tonight for the Cup Series.
Yes.
But the others still,
The poll for the truck series, for the Cup, and for O'Reilly, we be running
tomorrow. So,
tonight is the truck race.
hey, man, bless you. We will miss you. We just glad you're okay. Hey, man, you don't even have to ask, man. I appreciate you asking, but you never asked us for permission to come to. You live close by. If I'm in the studio, come through the door. Freely. I had to tell Dean forever not to ask if it was okay to get water out of the refrigerator. Like, Dean, just get it. Like, you don't have to raise your hand out for the bathroom. I do have to put the quarter.
Yeah.
I go 50 cents the way you've been talking to me.
Yeah.
But no, man, I just felt bad.
Yeah.
And we miss you.
Yeah.
Something that you not be here.
Right.
Or Dusty or Debbie or Paul. I hate missing him. But it's not an inconvenience to us. We just miss your presence.
That's right.
And I wanted to say that the basketball brackets have started. There's already been a huge upset. Can't wait till you get back and talk about the basketball because you are our expert in this area.
Right now, I have a perfect bracket going right now for the women's basketball right now.
You do.
Whoa.
They haven't played any games, right?
Well, I mean, I was watching a couple today. Texas just was on fire today.
I know you didn't. You don't dare, because I know what kind of character you are. I still love that picture of that pop dude. That just cracks me up. I love that. Look like a reenactor right there. You could have been a good soldier, man.
Oh yeah.
In the war between the states, Southern. That's
Yeah.
a Southern look right there.
Yeah.
So your bracket's good. I never did the women's side. I didn't know that.
I know my men's.
I've just always done the men's bracket. I didn't know that. I honestly didn't know that they actually put that out there on one side. I guess I'm dumb. I never thought
I
about
didn't
it.
either.
I know my men's bracket's kind of shot because I had Ohio State going all the way, but I mean, I still got Michigan going all the way, but I had Ohio State going all the way, and they got beat by 2 points.
Who did you have winning the whole thing?
I had Ohio State.
Oh yeah, you said all the way. Well, I have Duke. I'm riding with Duke. That's a Southern. See Duke, North Carolina. That's Southern. I'm staying with it. Tennessee was playing when I was coming home. I was listening to the game. It was tied 13-13 when I quit listening. So I am paying attention somewhat. But Daryl, excuse me, Midnight Rider.
Midnight Rider.
I love that. Midnight Rider is he's going to give us a lot of insight into that. I appreciate it. So,
y'all all heard of Midnight Rider. Ken heard of Midnight Rider.
oh, that's right. Did you listen to him?
No, I've not been ever. My mom even heard of Midnight Rider. I had never heard of.
You got to redeem yourself. You've got to pull that up and listen to it. Come on, man. You got to do that.
Oh, I love your shirt. I'm Huckleberry. I love that.
Thank you. All right, Uncle David.
Thank you.
I love the floor back.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Love y'all.
Thanks for coming by.
All right, love y'all.
See ya.
Take care.
But I can't believe you didn't do that, man. Like we were kind of talking about that. Like, I thought you'd go right to the car and pull that up.
I will tonight. I will for sure tonight.
Lord have mercy. You know, and I know you have. I mean, I know you have Sirius XM.
Yes.
One channel now.
Yes. I got 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
That's all you needed right there. I'm sure that on that 70s channel, there's going to be Midnight Riders.
Yeah, yeah.
Who knows? Allman Brothers might even have their own channel. I don't
know.
For sure, maybe not. But if they don't, they should.
I know that. I know Elvis does. I know the Beatles does.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of them. You know. You ever listen to Ozzy's Boneyard?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
You've heard of it? I didn't think you did. You're probably hair metal channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to the racing this weekend.
Yeah.
Getting the trucks back in action, looking at that, O'Reilly Series.
Kyle Larson will ride the 88 car this weekend for
Okay.
Virginia Motorsports.
All right. And we were talking last show about ongoing rumors about Zilich
Yes.
and Bowman, and nothing new on that front.
No, not yet. But rumor has it.
Rumor has it.
This is rumor, folks. This is not written on the wall in the ink yet. It's just picks are on the wall. Kyle Busch will be with Hendricks next year.
I'm still amazed at that rumor. I mean, I always say you never know, but I find that incredible, to be honest. But not that, honestly, he would do better than Bowman has
Yes.
to this point.
Yes.
He's older, Bowman's younger, but Bowman ain't getting it done, and now he's not even racing right now.
Right.
So somebody's got to get in there, because I'm sure the sponsors for that car, which are
The outline.
the Ally, they're not happy.
No.
They're not being mentioned. They're paying out a bunch of money, buku of money,
Oh, yeah.
to keep that car on the track, and you got to do something for your sponsors.
And even though he got hit being sick, we all know that. But Outline paid extra money for him to drive that car, and he ain't driving it, and it's making them look bad.
I'm not into too many. I know some people don't use the word conspiracy theory, but it is kind of a nice out to use in the short term that he can't race due
That's
to
right.
this condition.
That's right.
And I wonder if it's as bad as they say, or maybe this gives us a little bit of sympathy now with our sponsor. I'm not saying they would do that.
No, but it makes you think.
But it does make me think, because they've now said in the future he's having lingering effects.
Yeah, yes.
And how do you test that? On, I still see things moving or whatever.
Well, they put him on a track somewhere in North Carolina by the R&D center in a car, in a street car, and he was weaving in and out. So they say that he cannot drive a car right now, whether it's a street car or a race car.
So they told him to make it look good as he's weaving back and forth around.
It might be. It might be.
I'm just
I
saying,
don't
hey, we
know.
just sit and listen to those Scooter the other night talk about pulling, some shenanigans, which I found hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they're doing that, and we want to pray for it. But
Right.
it's kind of like when you feel bad. Not Dean's never done it, but you call in. I'm sick, and I don't know what it is, but if you ever call in sick, you find yourself talking worse than you do.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's honesty right there.
But or
It's a psychological thing, like you're trying to convince them that you're really sick.
but then you call in sick. I got a sore throat. I got this. I got that. Then a week down the road, you're really sick. How do you explain that?
Just a sickly boy. But I mean, I always hear, well, I don't want to make anyone sick, but then they go down to the restaurant, or they go somewhere and do something. Listen, that's your business. I don't care.
I don't.
But, I just wonder, to the severity, not that he didn't have it, but is it like a little opportunity to appease he's sick. He's got a problem.
Right.
We're treating it. We're going to put some other drivers in there.
Yeah.
But we got a plan. Don't worry. Because I'm sure Allies going, hey, what's going to happen here?
That's right.
These guys you're putting in there in the back of the pack.
Yeah.
We're near the front.
No, they ain't.
Bowman had a few races like that.
Yeah.
This year's not been good so far.
Hey, no, had what It didn't win no races last year. And I'm thinking what races before. So this is what, 3 years?
Yeah, and I'm not saying that. Again, I'm not saying that.
I'm not.
Yeah, but
I'm not.
I don't know. I just pay attention to that. I just wonder because at the end of the day, you just want to protect. Obviously, money coming in.
Yeah.
It's just the tendency to say, I'm not saying being not above board, but it not being. I think, well, he's getting better, but he's not there yet. We want to make sure there's plenty of time. Medical's one of the tricky things.
Exactly.
It's like if you say to somebody, "I'm hurting my back," how do you know they're hurting their back?
You can't act.
It doesn't show up on X-ray.
Yeah, it does.
Now you may could see some damage, but if there's no damage and you're going, okay, is there a nerve pressed? I mean, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And people, that's what's frustrating people that have real back injury and they're hurt bad, is they say people doubt. The problem is that you can't see pain.
No, you can't.
Except for maybe like, I'm hurting.
Right.
You can't see pain.
No, you can't.
So I'm kind of not seeing the track too good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when they said that. When I heard the radio, I'm thinking.
I'm not saying it is. Dusty, what do you think?
About
Does he have? You think he's got real bad vertigo, or is it? Think maybe it's not quite as bad as a fan and protecting that sponsor. That's just
I don't know.
nobody can say.
No.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm throwing that big old hairy nasty moose on the table, and so now you got that mental image.
Yeah.
I'm just it's out the
Right.
middle, and you can
Yeah.
agree or not agree.
Right. It's a debate issue. Right.
Yeah, it don't matter to me. I'm just having fun.
Me either.
But it does make me think. I mean, because after all, I have
I've
heard
seen-
people say that all sports are fixed.
Yeah. I heard that too. I know we know wrestling is.
I've seen Ty Gibbs in the sprint car. He looks like he's been doing pretty good with the
Yeah.
high line scores.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's
I mean,
he's going north with a rocket, man. He's
Yeah,
one
he
narrow
is.
up. You what?
I know he had that one flip at that one race.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you ain't flipping, you ain't racing. I mean,
That's it.
I'm just kidding. I just made that up.
Oh, did you hear that Trent Norris died?
Yeah, I hated that. Thanks for reminding me. I want to give a shout out.
Yeah, I shared that in the group earlier today.
A guy who dominated my youth.
Oh yeah, mine too.
I loved him. Did you like Walker, Texas Ranger?
Yes.
I bet you did.
Yes.
A lot of movies.
Oh yes.
Was a true
American.
a champion in karate.
Oh
stuff.
yes.
I mean,
Yes.
his version of it.
Yes.
He was actually the actor who had actually won many competitions
Yes.
early in his days.
He was in
My
that
favorite
movie.
scene with him is the one between him and Bruce Lee. Unfortunately, he dies in that one. But Bruce
I was
Lee
just
shows him part of his thing.
I was just about to mention that one.
I was a Bruce Lee fan, but I like Chuck as well. Chuck was a great patriot. He loved America.
Yeah.
Loved the military.
Yes.
And for several years, I don't know if he currently was, but he was doing writings for World Net Daily. His articles were always insightful and I always got a lot out of them. I've just been so busy I had a chance to check, but he was an editorial writer at World Net Daily for a
I
long
didn't
time.
know that.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He let's just say Chuck was on point, And I think he even said it one time. He was he was kind of liberal. He was in Hollywood,
Oh yeah.
But the things that started happening, he's like, I'm not down with that. And I don't want to talk politics, but I'm just saying he was a true blue American man.
Yeah.
He just loved the country.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to put up with being put down or
Right,
something
right.
like that. So it doesn't matter what your politics is. People hating on the country makes me mad.
Carson Hosefar paid tribute to Dale Earnhardt Sr. this
Nice.
Sunday.
I like it.
The 1981 inspired throwback paint scheme at Darlington. Dale's number 2 Wrangler car. It's a throwback to it.
Yeah. Wow. If you bought every Matchbox car that they did a different scheme on
Yes.
or T-shirt,
Yeah.
big quite an investment.
Yeah, it would.
Dean's one of them that does that probably.
Well, some of them, yeah. I don't have
Every Chase version you probably have.
Well, yeah. I ain't gonna argue there.
Well, that's cool though. I mean, that's marketing genius.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna have this special car this week. By the way, you can buy it at your local Walmart for $9.99.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Number 48, Big Machine Racing Team be without 3 crew members following
Heard about that too.
Saturday race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I'm trying to read. NASCAR discovered a loss or separation of a ballast. O'Reilly's Auto Parts Series number 48 driver Patrick Sterpali during Saturday's the Laguna. Updated number 48 O'Reilly Series crew members suspended are Patrick Donahue, Dylan Bassett, and Morgan Olson through Bristol Motor Speedway. Two Bristol.
For cheating.
Yes. The ballast come loose.
The ballast come loose. So, well, I don't know if that was cheating, but whatever.
What happened is we don't know yet.
We don't know yet. So
We will never know.
yeah, you'll never know. Maybe when somebody runs a bit way late in life, you might know about that.
Right. Jeff Gordon, Bart Martin, Ken Schrader, the headliner star-studded lineup as IROC makes its East Coast debut at 10 Months Motor Club during the April Heritage Invitational.
Cool. Love it.
So they're bringing back the IROC series then.
Yes.
Love
Yes. And tomorrow, the IHRA stock car season starts.
It's all cranking up. This is the first day of spring today,
Yes,
by the way. So
yes.
it's a nice time for all those seasons to start kicking off, and looking forward to talking about different racing as well. We'll talk about it all. I'm hoping if anybody knows somebody that races the kart series, I want them.
Okay.
We haven't covered that, and it's in full swing already. Has been in some parts of the country. I don't even think they stop in some parts because they do indoor, outdoor, whatever.
Have you heard the news about Joe Gibbs and the latest and Joe Gibbs
The
case?
lawsuit.
Yes.
I have not heard the latest. Give us the latest scoop.
JGR is suing Chris Gabehart for $8 billion. JGR filing it is undisputed that the Chris Gabehart took photos of his computer screen with his cell phone and saved more than 200 JGR proprietary files in a folder named Spire. Is it sufficient to support a preliminary injunction as to Gabehart?
Not good. I still think that this is going to be settled out in court. I could be wrong.
$8 billion, that's going overboard.
Well, he's putting his proprietary price on that. What I put a number on. You're always going to go more.
Right.
You'll take less, and I'll probably get in some sort of suspension, or he'll be put in the box for a while, or whatever. That I don't know, but it's not. I know of a lot of people that have done things. They take and they copy files, drop them in their next job. It's just something that I usually don't know they did or whatever. But this sounded like at first, it sounded like he just took a couple of things. It sounds like he went deeper. You know?
He did.
You can take pictures. The picture thing is one. I mean, wow.
What? Yeah.
He's got all that evidence. Yeah, this guy will take the best deal he can get, I would say, Or I mean, it's not like he's going to jail, but he'll never go there. But I'm sure he'll have $8 million to pay. But I just think they'll settle this.
You go to work Monday, you take pictures of your hours at work. They will.
Oh, I'd be fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fired. You can't do that. You can't do that.
You know what I'm saying? He quit JGR, it was Spire, but the word got out he had hours,
Yeah, you just again, dummy. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, you just can't sell out a company you've been working for, the company that you're going to work for. You sign documents. I mean, if they didn't, they're done on their end. But every company makes you sign secrecy clauses and stuff.
Yeah.
That you will not discuss, take pictures, email. You won't do anything in any way to reveal the process. You you just can't do that. When we bring in guests, we have to tell them take pictures with your phone.
That's right.
You know, you can't. And there's been a few times that I've been led into what we would call secret rooms. They were going to let us see some things we were working on. And in some cases, they actually take the tools up before they take you back there. I'm talking about the same company. For the one we work for, I've been in some plants that we have. They would say, we're going to show you some next gen stuff. Turn your phones off. Let's see you turn all your phones off. But in some cases, I take them up, leave them in HR, go out, no phone. One guy went on a tour like and one guy, because he was just getting ideas to help make our safety better, and he took a couple of pictures of somebody, and so in front of them, he had to in there. We almost got a bit of trouble on that one. I didn't see him doing it, and it was nothing. Yeah, his pictures actually have showed in any way. I don't remember that it showed safety features and stuff, but they said no. It says no pictures, no recording.
But how can
you go in that room?
Okay, you go from one team to another team. You go from JGR to Spire to Hendricks. You got to do something to help that driver do better.
But you can't take somebody else's information.
You can't, but
You can take your knowledge because you've got stuff into it. Do you think it has that TM on that trademark or something?
Yeah.
Has their name on it and all that? You
True,
can do that.
but like you say, you got your own ideas. You got your own.
Sure, you got your own ideas, and you were a part of it. But there, for a certain amount of time, there's a lot of protections.
Yeah.
All those things. Because let's say D for the let's say the company that you work for, or any company X, and you come up with a great idea. Who gets control of that idea?
I give it to HR. They have control of it.
The company that has control of it.
Right.
You get a.
Yeah.
This is now ours. Great idea. And people do that all the time. You develop that idea at that place, and you present it to them, and you will put that. But that's not. That's the way that works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is always. We'll just people probably dance up on the line.
Yeah.
It's unusual. This is different.
No.
And I think a lot of it goes back to he was at this guy.
Yeah, he was.
Because of but then I don't know how they. I don't know.
He had quit. By the way, I read it. This ain't factual, but I read where he quit Joe Gibbs in the middle of the season. Spire offered him more money. By the way,
well, it always ticks them off when you're starting to go somewhere else and you're looking at, because the word loyalty comes in.
right.
But there's not much loyalty anymore. They offer you more to go. Now, there are clauses that can be signed and are signed for a period of 6 months, a year, 2 years. You cannot go to work for a competitor or anybody that is in the same general business as you. If you sign that, if I do, you'll get a lot.
That's right. You are right.
So this guy knew better than that, and he did it anyway. And so I'm looking at a leg stand, to be honest. But I would say that his right now, let's get the dog down.
Right.
I mean, if it goes to court, I just knowing what I know, it'd be hard to say, that you're clean, because the more I hear about it, but again, I don't see the evidence of what they said.
Right.
And again, lawyers speak. I really how far that's going to go. But it is. We're going to keep up. It was like they still out of court. Joe, at the end, would be mad. He wants to penalize.
Yeah.
He knows. I mean, he's coming back. So he wants monetary value for what he feels. Equal protection say, I want it. Want all that delivered back. And so I say that would probably.
Yes.
Anyway, lawyers and money.
Oh yeah.
More money and and what's the way to gold, but they cost you a lot of gold.
Oh yeah.
And the more money you spend on a lawyer, when you get out of trouble. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't always work, but it works a lot of times. You pay for what you get.
I heard that.
And I know I hired a dumb lawyer. People recommended him. And I walked in, and I don't say area, but he liked to sing football. He went to that school. He had the degree on the wall. I'm like, oh, good. Good old dog. I like Mal. I got a good old dog laying there. Had the cigars going. Well, we kind of connected. All I was saying. When we went to court, he had the case. It wasn't me, but it was somebody else. Really. We got to see him in action. The sister leans over and said, "Tell me this is not the idiot that's fired." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." The judge is admonishing you. The guy's not working with us. He's fixing to find contempt of court. And his own guy that hired him sitting there is looking at him like, what's going on? And I'm like, we're doomed. It's just not good. So you can't hire an idiot being a lawyer or whatever. Somebody's just, I think we're an idiot, but they're not the best. Well, it's like medical college.
Right.
I'd kind of like to know what my doctor, how he finished up the class. It's a class of 400. He's number 400. I'm kind of wondering if he just gets you right high and get that degree, but he's an idiot.
I would hate to be a doctor's first patient, and the doctor say, "I'm just going to get out of medical school. You're my first patient."
I wouldn't want to know that either. Especially if he said, "We're going to need you to pick up the clothes or something," and you're thinking, "Wait a minute, you're supposed to talk to my doctor. I'm not doing that."
Or being surgery, or the dentist. The dentist say, "Oh,
This is the first person. You're the first person I worked on since I've been college.
no, I'm not either."
I wouldn't want that. Anyway, Dusty's just sitting there like, "What are you doing now? You're door dashing?"
Yeah.
Door dashing. I guess brother made it back. Is on his way back home. Or has he made it home?
We're out making money.
But the Mason, did he make it back home?
Oh, yeah, he left to go to Detroit this morning, and then he was kind of door dashing up in Chicago because I think his flight's on Saturday.
I got you. So, well, good. Safe journey. I'm glad y'all got to meet.
Yep.
And I was thinking of our guest. The one question I didn't ask him, because he was in there for a few years. I was wondering what was the thing he hated. We ran out of time. I got him back.
Oh, before we run out of time, how about Dane's fault?
Yeah, I know. I was waiting on you to say it. You can hold it in front of your camera.
Okay.
This is from Dean's Fault. I was waiting on it. It's been sitting there. I've been looking at it.
Tony Stewart,
Tony Stewart got the little.
number 20.
Is that like? Did you have that when you were a little kid? Like you played with?
No,
Like you got out in the
I
ground.
got this at a yard
made
sale.
some rows and
I got
stuff?
that at a yard sale back many years ago.
Yard sale. You do a lot of yard selling?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like to do that sometimes.
I love yard selling.
Just stuff on the table. I'll tell you what you do. I'll tell you what the power buyers do. They go contact the people the night before and say, if you let me in, I'll pay you $10. Let me in early, look at everything. And if I like it, I'll buy it all out. There's some that they bring the trailer in. They'll take the junk. You can see 2 or 3, 4, 5 things put in a resale shop or something like that.
Right.
Or if you don't have that kind of money, you can show up to a yard sale. Like it, say if they say they're going to go from 10 to 6 or 8, they're not going to make it that long. If it's a hot day, if you show up in the heat of the day, it's like 4 o'clock and the sun's beaming down and I'm sweating, and you say, how much you take for everything? They're more than likely going to sell it off.
Exactly.
$20, it's all yours. Not on everything, but I've seen people do that. I walked up one time to a sale, and I was asking her some kids. She told me, well, we've marked it down. It's a quarter now. It's $4 $1. She said, I'll just tell you what. If you give me $25, you can have it all. I'm getting hot. I'm sick of this. We've made enough money. I'm good. So I said, well, I don't want it all, but I'll buy a few things. She said, quarter on everything that's there. Quarter on everything. Well, you might find some NASCAR stuff.
No, you do.
I still got to show the rest of my Davey Allison cards that I got from 10. That's Dave's fault. Dave's fault don't have much in it. it's an echo check. That's in there. I mean,
Hello.
there's a bunch of different things in there. You know, it's a big huge warehouse, got a couple of things on a little table, spotlight on it. That's it. Dean's got Fort Knox going on, Fort Chase. I mean, he's got basements and outbuildings and everything else. Showing all the stuff that he's got. So sports this weekend. Hey, we're getting closer to baseball season.
Yeah, we are.
Just around the corner. I think next week is the Wednesday. Is it next week or week after? I think it's next week.
I think it's next week.
Yankees and oh my goodness, I forget the first day of baseball. It's Thursday. Braves play on Friday. Looking forward to that.
Keep talking. I got something that I can read for you.
All right. And Braves Vision, he's out there. A friend of mine at work said he already bought it. That'll be kicking off. I told my wife, I told her about it. She loves Braves even more than I do. And it was very helpful to. So we got the MLB package, but it came out first before I heard about the Braves Vision. And so we're going to have both of them. A little bit of investment there. Next thing is go Braves Vision. So it's supposed to be pretty good. I've seen some of the announcers, people like Peter Boylan and Jeff Francoeur. They've named the studio staff, the ones that are going to work down the field, and they've named all of them. All of them are players connected to the game, and looking forward to Braves. Braves are worldwide. It's not anything, but that is everybody. There's people like the Braves from all over the place. All right, Dave, he's smiling over here. You see that look he's got? I look like Trump, that little smirk. He has that same look in Trump gets sometimes when he looks at that. I think it's like a bomb on you.
I am.
Oh, here we go.
Dodger Stadium.
Almost went into some sort of like there. I'm not disrespectful towards that, but it's a little switch that happens when I get the Dodger. Go ahead, Dave.
Dodger Stadium. Unique field at Dodger Stadium.
Okay.
In the Elysian Park neighborhood, Los Angeles, California. Home of Los Angeles Dodgers. Major League Baseball opened in 1962. Constructed less than 3 years that cost $23 million.
$2 billion today.
Oh yeah. Oldest park in MLB west of Mississippi River. Third oldest overall after Fenway Park in Boston, 1912, and Wrigley Field in Chicago, 1914. It is the largest baseball stadium in the world by seat capacity. 13 no-hitters, 2 of them per games.
And one of those was that Koufax or first off? I can't remember. We'll have to look that up. Oldest west of the Mississippi would be Fenway, the old stadium, Stadium. Not yet because Wrigley Field. That would be east of the Mississippi.
56,000 capacity.
Okay.
5,098 Dodgers home open. April 13, 2009.
Hey man, good to see you again. Hope you had a great day out there in the great state of California, San Bernardino County. Appreciate you shutting out today.
Brown broke September 19, 1959. Open April 10.
Were you there?
No,
Okay.
I think he was. Phoenix, the Dodgers, MLB, 1952 to present. The Angels, MLB, 1962 to 65. 2 years. 3 years. It is the biggest field in history.
Are we done praising? I mean, is that not enough? I mean, you got a couple of things that I thought you were done. You go back in like we never did. Oh gosh, I hate them, man.
That's what I did it for.
Hating the Dodgers.
That's what I did it for.
Hating the Reds. Hating the Reds there.
But I did it for you.
Dusty. You know, I does this, you know, purpose. My blood pressure. And then you're over here like, yeah, I don't care. Okay, they won the championship again. Like, they spend more money on anybody except the game. Paying about a $50 luxury tax up here. And oh no, bam! Hey now, Southern Cal girl in the house, love my Dodgers. Oh, I'm surrounded. I'm sorry, it's just a little word. I was a little boy, right? Listening to the Braves on the radio. The Braves would always beat Ben Warren and Skip Curry and all the great old broadcasters. Folks, it's the seventh inning. The Braves and the Dodgers are tied 3-3. And it'd be like in the next inning and a half, they'd blow it every time. I'd listen to the radio going, please, just get 3. Here we go. I'd be going every pitch. Rock, yes. Oh, it's a ball. And then they'd be like, this is the way the Braves would do back in the day. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. You know, it's a 3-2 count. Oh, no, it's a home run. It's a drive. It's Chavez Ravine. And, you know, they would lose something like, oh.
I bet.
We'd win 1 game out of a 4-game series. If we were lucky.
Fire trucks.
Oh, it just hurts. It hurts the old heart.
Hey, Pam, that was for you.
Oh, don't be sucking up. He's in trouble over here, and he knows it. You might as well just go and listen to your Taylor Swift.
I heard her Taylor Swift.
Desi does. She don't have records. Digital download.
Yeah.
She's got it on her phone.
Yeah.
The Taylor Swift years.
Yes.
All the songs about breaking up my boyfriend. Oh, wait a minute. That's every song she wrote.
Yeah.
I'm like the Taylor Swift man.
I guess
What do you mean breaking up?
I can't hear her, so what's she saying?
Repeat that again.
Don't mumble.
I
don't know. Speak up.
We're gonna blame Dusty as his phone. Are you? What are you watching? Like iPhone 2? Was that what you got, Dusty? iPhone 2?
No.
They said that in stereo. No. What kind of phone you got?
I got a Moto G Power 25.
Oh.
So what is that? Like, is that like the Excalibur 5000D? What is that? Yeah, tell me what year it was made.
It's kind of like an Android type.
Android type. So it's not the true blue Android, it's Android type.
Yeah, it's an Android type, yeah.
So it may be a fine phone. It may be the operator. It may be Dusty that's putting his finger over the microphone or something. I don't know, but it's awful funny. You've been coming in clear, then all of a sudden you turn to Desi and we can't hear her. It's like you covered up the microphone so that we couldn't hear her.
Yeah. Tell her to speak up.
Take it up for her.
Tell her to speak up. Quit bumbling.
Dean? You're frosty tonight. Yes, I did. And by the way, let me say, Bam, Vince Scully was the greatest of the great, a legend. Nobody liked him, because nobody even comes close. I will say that. Hey, Broski says if you don't have a driver's license, Dusty.
I got a driver's license.
He says he's got a driver's license. He also said, did you hear back?
She does most.
Well, he works next week. He's got an on board next week.
She does most of the driving, so.
all the driving.
She's the better driver.
A woman driver driving him around?
Yes.
That's un-American.
Dang, you're fixing to get in trouble. You don't get the look. He's off the chain tonight, folks. I'm sorry. We just hit the 2-hour mark, and I think in 2 hours, Dean, he has to get back to Las Vegas, and he's morphing into something. I'm trying. I'm really trying to hold him. I'm going to have to put my spotty scent on there for something. You know. Desi, what are you going to say? I done forgot.
I said, if you don't like Taylor stuff like that, I guess you don't want to be my friend then.
Oh, Taylor Swift. Oh.
Hey.
Listen, I don't really have anything against her other than her
Boyfriend.
her Kelsey. No, I don't like Kelsey. I'm not putting down the music. She's very uber talented, and at a young age, I mean, she was blowing away everybody, and she's she's a megastar. Mega.
Oh yeah.
One of the biggest ever.
Yeah.
I don't listen to her music. That's not really my kind of music. So I just do it because it aggravates everybody else. I don't like things she says sometimes. I think she's involved with, but hey, that's true for everybody, But if you're a Taylor Swift fan, it's okay. Because I want to be free.
Taylor Swift is conceited. Conceited.
Conceited. What do you base that off of?
Her attitude.
Like you think she's too good
Yeah,
for
she
herself?
thinks she is. She thinks she is.
Because she broke up with all them boyfriends? Is that right?
She thinks she's too good for anybody else besides Kelsey.
Because you don't like Kelsey. You're basing that on Kelsey. I think that you're jealous.
No.
I think you have got the wall of Taylor Swift pictures.
Oh yeah.
And you're saying one day my dream is that we'll be out there in a convertible together, riding down the road.
No.
I'll have like that like late 70s disco look with a big gold chain and a medallion. Yeah, I just think you're too jealous.
No.
So you know what? I remember when we were in our somethings. I was probably in the FC. Every time we saw them together, with my wife, and just a couple of weeks ago, 40 years ago married. We went and saw Def Leppard for the first time. We saw them many times after that. But the first time we seen them was in Omni in Atlanta. It was an amazing show. We had back seats and all, but I had binoculars. And we were watching the show. I wanted to look at Ricky Moore because that was the first time really being back with losing the arm. And so I would have been in 87 when I saw them. I would have been 26 years old. My wife would have been touching a little bit older age, I won't say, because she might not have been. She's a little older than me. So anyway, we had a fight going over the binoculars. We took us down. I learned a lesson on everything. I was trying to watch the drummer and the guitar player. You know what my wife wanted to say?
The lead singer.
The lead singer is Rip Deep. Because I started looking. Like, you're looking at the lead singer. He said, yeah, I am. I said, what are you looking at? He goes, Rip G. I thought, hey, I'm your husband. She said, you sure are. But I like them Rip G. Yeah, I learned not to be too jealous, right?
True.
That's right. I think the boss.
No.
So what? The race goes on at
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. I was
Yes.
3:30. 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Looking forward to
Oh,
who's
yeah.
the best one. We don't know the podium.
No.
Deciding all that right now.
Right. They do that tomorrow.
Who needs to have a good race in the Cup Series?
Saints.
No, he doesn't need to have it. He wants to have it. Who needs to have a good race?
Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs has been up front. I would say Hosevar.
Hosevar's been up there, kind of.
SPG.
Connor Zillich. What's happened to him? He's not been that big.
Henry.
Garrett Jones, yeah.
Carl Bush. Needs to have a good race.
Yeah.
Gilliland. I think guys, they need something.
Yes, they do.
The Wood brothers need to have a good race.
Yeah.
They
have.
Late in the race. Wrecking and everything else. I'm on their email. I get an email every Monday after the race and from the weekend. This past week was tough because it was like things didn't go our way. Our hope for we moved up from 36 to 32nd, and then they named a couple of things off. But then we fell back and got finished 7th or 6th, and that was it. Because it
what?
The news was not good.
It wasn't good.
So, they need to have a good run. And we need Bubba to have a good run. Chase.
No.
Yes.
No. We don't need Bubba anymore.
Bubba is now averaging a little bit better than even his, both car team members. Because he's staying right up there. He's now kind of still the other guy's still running.
Rick's still leading. He's still leading.
Bubba is making a move. And you're going to have to live with the fact that Bubba is going to be number one within the next 2 weeks.
I don't see it happening.
Riddick's going to wreck out.
We are on right now. Short tracks starting Sunday. So any Hamlins does good on short tracks.
Well, he won if he gets put in the water.
Yeah, that's true.
Bubba's got a plan.
But what about the argument between Chastain and Suarez? That could fix her.
Well, Daniel Suarez,
He does.
and if he wants to kind of gain back some advantages,
Right.
he probably needs to put somebody in the water
Right.
because he looked so weak.
He did.
And
His girlfriend, wife, mother, that sit between them.
you haven't seen that video.
Yeah. Embarrassing.
It was really bad. Really bad. So, anything else you guys want to talk about before we get off here? Dusty, y'all make any money? Make some money?
Yes, we are.
Good. See, I like this. She drives. Dusty is the guy that goes there and gets the food and delivers and all that. Takes the picture. So she's like, "Go, boy, go. Let's go. Hurry, hurry.
Yeah.
Time is money." You ever said it to him, time is money?
Huh?
Have you ever said time is money to him?
No.
You should.
I don't know. Chop chop.
And then Dusty can say, "If you've got the money, honey, I've got the time." Dusty's like, "Don't get me in trouble."
Chop chop.
I've heard that song.
Good job. That's a
Or you can put the tell her to put the foot, put the pedal to the put the pedal
Go,
to
you
the
okay,
middle.
dude? That's a
Put
good stuff.
the pedal to the middle.
I mean, Paul last night was struggling with a foot washing of humiliation.
Oh God!
In the world, I thought, I wasn't going to say that. I thought, okay, my thing go by. Because there's millions of people that have done foot washing. And they're going to, Rusky, you're coming. So I was thinking humiliation is not the word. We got to correct that. It was like, oh my God, what did I say? You know, Rusky, you're rough. And she's smiling at that. That's the first smile we've seen. You brought the smile. She saw that comment jump up there too. You got him while he was out of the car. I give you A on your timing. Beautiful timing, bro. He's not hearing any of this, I guess. Well, he got the phone, though. Oh, you got the phone or he's got the phone?
I got the phone.
Oh, he don't know none of this.
No, now he's coming.
Desiree knows Broski gets it. So, great timing. He's back. He had no idea. Oh my goodness. So what restaurant y'all just pick up from?
It's called Wang's Garden.
Wang's Garden.
It's like a Chinese
It's
restaurant.
a Chinese place.
It's called what?
Wang's.
It's WANG/S Garden.
Oh, Wayne's Garden. I thought you said Wings.
No.
Wayne's Garden. Cool. I like me some Chinese food.
I love Chinese food.
But it's expensive.
Well, maybe they'll tip you a little better. If they can afford it, they might throw a little bit better tip, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What's the biggest tip you've ever gotten doing DoorDash?
$90 tip before.
Wow. I'm down with that.
It was from a pizza order.
You know, I used to feel bad. We would have a bunch of pizzas delivered to our company. And they might be 50, 60 people. And they only let you get so much. They would give them the max they could, but you're not going to be able to go above that. They would do a good tip, but it wasn't like, because I think this guy deserves a pretty good tip. It wasn't as good as you think, but it was decent. I'll tell you a quick story. I used to be everybody thought I was the food guy for the food because I was doing all these dinners for safety and stuff. But you thought I was the food guy? Like I put on food?
Yes.
So I had to go get this order of pizza and fill up the whole, it was a cold winter thing. It filled up like the whole side. I was holding on to had the seatbelt around it. It was all the way almost to the roof of my truck. And one just stacked. And I was headed back to the plant. My clutch went out. I didn't know it, but I had to go to leak. The fluid ran out. And I had to call my boss. I kept the heat on wide open. And I said, I need you to cover this. He goes to the truck, we switch. He gets it out. And then I had to call for some help. But I went through a lot. So I wouldn't get stuck. It was over here. I was trying to grind it in. I felt so bad. Like, I've got all this food. $200 worth of food. And I couldn't deliver it. I'm like, I'm in trouble, boss. You gotta go. So he did. We got it fixed. But what a day. They were threatening to tow my truck and that kind of station, No park. I broke down. We call tow truck. No, you're not. I'm standing here. Not good. So what other plans you got for the week? Any plans?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Target and get a new laptop.
Oh yeah, the laptop crash.
Yes.
Crash and burn. Yes, Brother. Chuck Norris.
Yes.
Favorite Chuck Norris movie?
Delta Force.
Delta Force. 1 or 2?
1.
That's a good one. See you when I see you, boss.
Well, what's your favorite?
That's a good one. I'd have to really think. I like several. There's somebody careful. That's a tough one, but I do like a lot of. Coda Silence is really good, but
Yes.
I didn't care for the one in special. What was the one where he was like desert cop or whatever? I didn't. McCain, Outlaw, whatever. I didn't care for that. That's okay.
The one with the truck driver, Breaker. Remember that?
Yeah, it was bad.
It wasn't that good.
No, it wasn't that good. I think he had the mentality to take the job your way.
Yes. Yes.
So you're gonna make it guys along the way.
Good guys wear black.
Yeah, pretty good. I liked. I mean, a lot of fight movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a guy. I like action. And Walker, Texas.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah, there's some good people that were in that went on to do some, done some stuff already. Went on to do some
Yeah.
as well. That was a really good show. In the end, though, they had to use camera tricks. His roundhouse kick got no slow. To say he was telegraphing his kicks later in that show would be an understatement. So they would like speed it up with the camera and stuff. But you could still kind of tell that it wasn't that good. Got a message from he sent me a picture. Jerry Barrett.
I like, some of his movies I like, some of them I didn't like.
Yeah, I would say there was some I didn't like.
I would say.
What's strange is I liked all of Bruce Lee's movies, even though most of them were not that good. But he was just such a dynamic person in those movies. Now there were some that I really liked, the Dragon, the different ones, but some of those were really bad movies. Yeah, I know, man. It's like, how can that happen? How can Chuck Norris die? I mean, it's not even right.
It ain't.
Makes us question our that our time is limited. It reminds us to be prepared for those days. And
look at what's happening overseas. There's all biblical.
Oh yeah. By the way, on that, folks, thanks for reminding me. I don't have the graphic up. Next Thursday at a special time, 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Amy Cyrus on a 1-hour interview that me and Mr. Boy are going to. I don't know if Daryl's coming or not. It'll be all from Iran and about what's going on. She was a forced child bride. She put in Iran, left, got out, came to America, has had death threats on the life. She's been here, and became a Christian in the United States. I can't wait to talk to her. I appreciate her so much. She has a good book coming on Saturday. I'll order that book probably tonight or tomorrow. But she'll be with us next Thursday here at the Radio Ledge, coming in by camera, because she lives in another state. But I appreciate her giving us the time with Amy Cyrus. I've been watching her for years. She's always informative. She gives you a view of stuff you don't normally see. And she can tell you from the inside out, outside in. A lot of these people, they like to tell you, she's lived, she's been there. And she will she will get hurt. She feels about all of it, and that's for her story, her to tell. And so we're going to get in as much as we can about her life, history of work that she does, and also what's going on in the region, somewhere in there, her testimony. Because I heard her tell them that all that in and that out will be a big challenge. But we hope we can get back because there's too much to cover anymore. But we will just hit it as hard as we can. Miss Annie Sowers, the one tune in her, it's aired. We will do it many times. Cannot wait to talk to her. It's fascinating, and she will hop on all that too. So, anyway, well, folks,
It sounds interesting.
we've went over 2 hours, and I got to get Dean. He's got to get back in the carriage and get. He's probably around the cherry.
Yeah.
The horses up
Yeah.
there. The Marine's driving. He's just going for the ride. He got a little hot chair. The Marine puts him in. Stands him in. Puts his neck rough against, and he's going for the ride. You know.
Not being her was.
Yeah. You be careful to enter back into Rossville.
Oh yeah.
You're not outside of Rossville, right? You have to enter back.
Right.
And, that can be dicey. Nothing against Rossville.
Or don't do forward over here. That's dicey.
Well, that's the trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a motorcycle near the plant this morning.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I never knew how bad it was. It didn't look good, so I hope he's okay. A lot of traffic. For a small area, we got all that traffic.
Oh yeah.
Y'all be careful out there too, Dusty. Bam, thanks for jumping.
Yeah, thank you, folks.
Everybody else, we did the interview with the race. Thank you for the wave. Don't say bye. Just say meet again.
See ya.
I might be back there a little later. It's me late when I work in the morning. Oh, look at this. The handhold. I gotta say, Dustin, just looking at that, we didn't get to our body language talk. I'm gonna bring that back up. She had a little bit of a dominant body language there. She had the upper hand on top. It looked like I realized you were letting her have that. It looked like to me she was the dominant hand.
What? What'd you say?
She can't drive with this.
She's like, I'm gonna stop. Have you ever arm wrestled?
Arm wrestled?
Yeah.
I mean, when I was in school, but I mean, I've seen videos where like I see arms like just snap.
Well, yeah. I mean, you see that. Did you ever see the movie Over the Top?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Mr. Stallone. You see that?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Okay. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, I was more into Rocky.
Into what?
What?
Rocky Balboa.
Oh, Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky. Yeah, but
Great stuff.
they took it over they took it too far. Rocky and then Creed. They didn't just let it go.
Just let it go. There's money to be made, man.
Rambo was better than Rocky.
It's a totally
Right.
different thing, but that's your opinion.
Rambo was a lot better than Rocky ever thought about him.
I think Rocky had better character actors than Rambo, except for a couple of people. My opinion. I like them both. I don't. It's totally
And
different.
the next one,
You think Burgess Meredith is in? I'm a fan, so.
that's the penguin.
Yeah, it is me.
You just got to do that, did you?
Well, I figured you were a big
Batman fan?
Batman fan.
I am.
Adam West TV show.
Yes.
Probably more than the movies.
I like the movies too.
Who was your favorite Marvel character growing up?
I would have to say Green Arrow.
I like that.
Captain America.
Captain America. I was always a Spider-Man fan.
Yeah, I like Spider-Man too, but
I was really into that.
The show Smallville was based on Superman
yeah, it was.
with John.
Yeah. I like Superman. I like when he goes into the little diner and
Oh
The
yeah.
second round when he comes back with Superman again.
He showed that guy down that bar.
Yeah, that was a pretty good scene. I like that. You know, been working out. You know?
Who's your favorite DC hero? Superman?
I don't know.
Yeah. I like Batman.
I would have to.
Batman's my favorite.
I would have to go.
What?
I would have to go. Batman.
Oh God.
That sounds like from the TV show.
Yeah.
I would have to go Batman.
Does anybody say that Robin was their favorite?
No.
What's this one? Just there's a dragon.
Robin always looked a little dense to me.
It ain't me.
It's kind of like Barney. He's always getting Andy in trouble.
But Barney made this show.
He did. He's a genius. Committed genius.
Yes, he was.
Absolutely.
He'd be good at Three's Company too.
Three's Company. You watch Three's Company?
Yes.
I bet you was a Christian fan.
He was. And Janet was pretty too.
Maybe. All right, folks. We'll a lot. I gotta make sure he's off the chain a little bit.
We went from racing, sports, to
You never know what you're going to get. It's an extra show. It's just not our normal
Right.
racing sport.
Right.
So it's an add-in.
yeah,
We're having some fun.
but we off.
We don't have fun with
We're
that.
off tomorrow too.
Yeah, we're off tomorrow. Stretching a little bit.
Yeah.
And
That one was had to work today, work tomorrow. So this is
it's good fun. That's what the studio's here for. Good night, everybody. God
Good night,
bless.
folks.
Again, I'll be back on late night. And we'll talk about the ghouls and goblins or something. I don't know. We'll see.
That's Halloween. You don't talk Halloween anymore.
Ghouls and goblins are around way before Halloween.
That's Halloween.
I mean, you know, don't you believe in things in the dark?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not just on Halloween. I don't know. So what I mean, we're not to the Marines and put him in cuffs and take him out of here. The MPs are fixing to arrest you and take you back to Rossville. You get a good night's rest.
I will.
I love you, man. You're awesome.
I love you
Love
too.
you guys. Love you guys. Love all y'all, broski, and everybody, bam. And y'all have a great night.
When you
Hey.
go to bed tonight, think of the Dodgers Stadium. When you go to bed tonight,
Hey, Dave, I got a question.
go for it.
So, like the thing you were saying, like try to do like videos and stuff, like try to interview someone. Like, do you want me to try to because I'm gonna try to go down to that Lucas race, the 27th at Atomic. I mean, do you want me to try to do interviews, or what do you want me to do?
Yeah, we can talk about it offline. But first of all, the first thing I said to do was what? Not that. Got to keep you lined up here. Do your own promo of you for the podcast. That's your practice run.
Okay.
Then we'll talk about. But yeah, we need somebody on point to do those things when they go to tracks. Interview anybody and everybody. We'll pick the best of the best in there. So we'll get a collage of interviews. If you get drivers and stuff like that, man, that'd be great. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Just represent the podcast. You're like a roving reporter.
Yes.
So, there you go. So, you know, you is Desi going or you just go by yourself?
Well, me and her are gonna go the 27th.
So she can help, you know, with the camera and all that while you talk to people, making sure everything looks good. It's not jumping around. You can do it by yourself. The stuff you see. It's easier to have somebody else there. They give you thumbs up, all that. So,
Okay.
or she could interview them. She could ask the numbers what was their favorite.
Why? Like interview like
That's a question they don't get very much. All
yeah.
these people asking the same questions. We can ask different questions.
That's right.
Yep.
That would make them think a little bit. Like, hey, I don't know. I haven't thought about that. All right, guys. See y'all.
See ya.
Salute. Fist bump, Dean. No more Dodgers. None. Nada. No offense, Bam. Love you, y'all. We're out.